Welcome in, guys. How's it going? We're starting off a new week. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's doing well. Before we get started, as always, let's go ahead and do roll call. Welcome in Leah, welcome in Train, welcome in Mark, welcome in Prince Toki, welcome in Vanessa, welcome in guys, welcome. If anyone else is here, welcome as well. Welcome. So, small Yuki, yes, I am. I'm small today, guys. I'm gonna. We're gonna be doing the stream like them. Yeah, we're gonna be doing the stream like this. I'm gonna be super small today. See, I can barely. I'm like speaking right into the mic for you guys. But how's everyone doing? It's been a while. Why not alter you? Because I'm not unhinged yet. That's only when I'm unhinged. All right. That's not all the time. Why? Hello there. You're below the mic. Hello. Yes, I'm a little bit below the mic. But how's everyone doing? How are you guys? It's been a couple days. I got a lot of sleep, so I am well rested, and I'm excited for this week for what we're going to be doing. So let's go over schedule. Obviously, we're playing Welcome, Dear Human, where we're going to be fucking my Sleep Paralysis Demon. I don't know if I want to kill my ops or fuck them, but yeah, we're gonna be hanging out with our Sleep Paralysis Demon for this stream today. The next stream is going to be we're going back to basics. We're going to be playing a short Japanese horror game, which is Night Delivery. I think that's what it's called. Why not both, Yuki? Maybe we'll see. We'll see how the Sleep Paralysis Demon, how Riz Lord they are. So, but yeah, so we're going to be playing Night Delivery, which is going to be the middle of the week stream. It's a Japanese horror game. I'm probably going to add a couple other games onto that as well. It's not just going to be that one. That game's pretty short. I think it's like anywhere from like 1 to 2 hours. So I'll probably add some other stuff onto there as well. So that's going to be our beginning of the week stream, or middle of the week, sorry. And then ending of the week, still somewhat undecided. I have a few games that I'm toying around with that I have an idea that we may play. If we don't get around to those, then we'll probably just end up playing Resident Evil Requiem again, because I did have a lot of fun playing that, even though the game was kind of poorly optimized. Fuck you, Capcom. I'm not buying another video card. I swear on my life, I will. I'm not. We're not doing it. All right. But so yeah, we may play Resident Evil 9 if I don't find something else that interests me. We'll talk a little bit more about the game once we're getting closer to actually playing it. But yeah, since this game is pretty short, I think it's anywhere from like 2 to 3 hours, so it's like relatively short for us. So we have quite a bit of time to just kind of hang out and yap for this stream. I'm pretty excited. But yeah, that's this guy. Also, we have a Menshi stream. So if you guys are members, we will be watching. I think you guys voted for Nezha 2. So that may be what we do our watch along for. Also, since let me go ahead and do this real quick, since it is the beginning of a new month. Where is it? I have 10 free gifted, so let's see who I get. Let me roll the dice here. Let's see if let's see who I get. All right, there's 5. There's 5. And then let's see if we can do another 5. And let's see here. Do another 5, see who I get. Let's see. Do another 5. Come on, let's see if I can get Prince Toki. God fucking damn it. My luck is so bad, guys. What the hell? Fuck you, YouTube. This is my channel. Why can't I gift people who I want to gift, man? God damn it. All right, well, we'll see. Welcome in, Estella. Welcome. We're just hanging out and yapping for now. But to everyone that got gifted, we will be doing a Menshi stream for Nezha 2. So enjoy. Look forward to that later on in the week. But yeah. We have some other stuff. I have lots of stuff to talk with you guys about. What you can gift selected people. I wish. No, unfortunately we can't. That would be fucking goated, but that's unfortunately not the case for YouTube. I don't even know if that's the case on Twitch, but I don't use Twitch, so I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately we cannot gift. We're just playing a gacha at this point. But yeah, so we already went over schedule. Like I said, night delivery for middle of the week and potentially RE9, if not another game, if there's another game that catches my interest before that, and Nezha. So that's what we're doing, and obviously today. So other stuff that I've been doing is, guys, I'm back in the fucking build. Here, let me I'll swap off of mini me for now. I thought it would have been cute just to use it for something in the beginning of the stream, but let me go ahead and I'm back. What? We love gambling. Yes, we love gambling. But yeah, guys, I'm back in the fucking building. I'm playing Star Rail again. I downloaded it on my phone this time, so maybe that'll convince me to try and play it more often, more frequently. So Yukimaru. I'm not Biggie. What? Where are you guys getting these names? What's Yukimaru? Yeah, I started playing Star Rail again, and I'm like going through the story, and we'll see. I only downloaded it because I saw that they're giving out one free character. I think they're giving out Sparkle for free. So I was just like, I kind of wanted Sparkle for a while. I guess. I'll download it, and it's eating up a shit ton of storage on my phone now. So great, fun, awesome. I love it, fun. So yeah, I'm just trying to clear out as much as I can in the story, trying to get some pulls, because there are a few characters that are coming out that I am kind of interested in. I think Nihilix, I think that's one of them. This character, she looks pretty cool. I hope they change her model, because her 3D model be looking like Sid from Ice Age, because her eyes are super far apart, and I don't really like that. But in her 2D art, she looked pretty good. She looked pretty cute. So she fits my type. So you guys already know. Can I get like the not chopped image of her, please? I don't know why I can't find an image of her that isn't fucking ugly. What is this shit? Okay, this one. There we go. Yeah, like she's looking a little chopped in her 3D model. Hopefully they fix that, but I don't know. It's Star Rail, so whether or not they take the fan feedback is kind of up in the air. But I am fucking with this character design hella. I really like her a lot. And let's see here. Let's see. There's another one too. What's the other one? I think it's Sparshy, right? Actually, I guess Sparshy, I'm like not super excited. Her song's good though. Sparshy, she's cute, but she's literally just a reskin of Sparkle, so I'm not too excited. It's a little lazy in my opinion. But what's the other one? It's Yai Sakura, right? Yai Sakura. Well, what's her name in Star Rail? I fucking forgot. What is it? Fuck is it? So confusing. It's not Yai Sakura. It's Evencia. Okay. All right, guys. Whatever. Sure. If you say so. Okay, Star Rail. I swear, Star Rail, when it comes to like their naming of characters, instead of just like doing what Genshin did, or like kind of just making it a word play on some of the previous characters, they have to be like kind of quirky with it. It's like, this is actually Evencia, which if you've played Honkai Impact, it's not what it is. That's literally just Yai Sakura, but sure, whatever, fine. But I will be lurking again, sadly. No problem, Estella. Have a good lurk. Feel free to join us when you want to take a break or whenever. So but yeah, have a good lurk. We'll just be hanging out and talking about random stuff, because I have a lot to catch up with you guys on, because I did check out quite a few things over the past couple days. I caught up on some stuff. I don't know if I talked with you guys about it. Moving on from Star Rail, moving on from this game, because I don't really want to talk about it too much. I have a very rocky relationship with Star Rail. But yeah, we have, I think we talked a little. I don't remember if we did, but if we didn't, we're going to talk about it. I watched 28 Days Later, The Bone Temple, this movie. So I watched the first one, and I know a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't like the first one too much, but I thought it was fine. I thought it was all right. It wasn't like amazing or anything, but it's interesting to see the people talking about this one, because I honestly, like, I thought it was good. People are talking about this one and saying that it's like so much better than the first one, but for me, it's like, I thought it was just, it's kind of the same. Sparkle and Sparshy look like yin and yang. Yeah, they kind of do. I think that they're like the same person. It's just like a different variation, because apparently it's like Herta, where there's a bunch of different versions of her. Not exactly the way Herta is, because Herta is just like another doll version, but apparently there are like different versions of Sparkle all over the place. And there's like, I think there's one original form, and I'm sure Starro loves reselling you the same fucking character over and over and over again. So I guarantee you at some point we will probably see several more versions of Sparkle, and then we'll probably get the official actual Sparkle at some point down the road, just like how we're getting new versions of both Silverwolf and Blade. So, and same way how we got a new version of Dan Heng 2 times in a row, and we got what was it, the other character, there's one more. Which one is it? It's not Dan Heng. Blade. No, not Blade. Tingyun? Yeah, Tingyun. Sorry. God, I don't remember this. There's too many fucking characters in Star. I don't remember them. But yeah, so anyway, back to the Bone Temple. I did watch it, and I thought it was very good. It was a very good film, but I thought it was just like a nice continuation of the first one, of the first 28 years later. And that's why I thought it was a little strange that so many people were like saying that this one's so much better, but it's just like, you kind of need to watch the first one in order to get a better appreciation for the second one. So I think that a lot of the people that like, I think that the first one kind of goes up for me because of this one too. So I think that just in general, they work as a kind of a package deal. They were filmed together, so that's why. But yeah, I thought that the narrative of this one was really intriguing. It was very interesting. And it was, like I said, it was kind of on par with the first one, and it kind of elevated the first one up, both of them up to be like a better rating, I would say, for me, if I were to rate them as like a collective unit. But it's a little strange though, seeing people say that this one is so much better than the first one, because it's just like, you kind of need to see the first one to enjoy this one. So yeah, I would definitely give it a recommend if you guys are interested. It definitely expands on like, it's a unique take on zombies in general, compared to other zombie films. I think that what they did with it is pretty interesting. They kind of like go down more the science-y aspect of it when it comes to this one. Definitely, I would say watch the first one. I would not take, if you see any reviewers that are saying not to watch the first one, or like just watch this one and don't watch the first one, they're fucking lying. Don't listen to them, because yeah, you definitely want to watch the first 28 years later and then watch this one right after it in order to understand and get the context of what the fuck's going on. But it was a very interesting story. It may not appeal to everyone, but I thought it was interesting enough. And I thought that the first 28 days, I think it's 28 days later, I really enjoyed. And it's a nice companion piece to that. I think 28, was it 28 months later? I don't remember the sequel to that one. But that one I thought was a little, I didn't really like it too much. But this one feels like a nice follow-up to it. There's also a nice cameo at the end of this film. So if you guys have watched the original 28 Days Later, you guys will get a nice little cameo from a certain character that you guys will probably recognize from one of the other films. So I would say that you don't necessarily need to watch. If you wanted to watch 28 Years Later, though, if you wanted to watch both the first one and the second one for 28 Years Later, I would say you don't really need to watch 28 Days Later in order to get like the full I think you may get like better Weeks sucked. Yeah. Weeks was pretty bad. It wasn't months. Sorry. It was weeks. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen 28 Days Later, I don't think you need to. I think you guys can probably just jump in and watch 28 Years Later. Sorry, it's gonna be really hard for me to talk about these films because they're all so fucking similar in the names. But yeah, to watch 28 Years Later, you don't necessarily need to watch 28 Days or Weeks in order to understand the full you may get a little bit more context. And like I said, there was a cameo at the end of this one. So like you'll understand it a little bit more. But honestly, if you just wanted to watch 28 Years Later, this one, and then the Bone Temple, and then go into watching, honestly, maybe you could, I could see people working, I could see it working for people vice versa too, where you watch 28 Years Later, and then the Bone Temple, and then you see the cameo, and you're like, oh, who the fuck's that? And then you go back and watch 28 Days Later, and you get like better context for it. I think that would actually work for a lot of people. And I think that I would be interested to see what people's opinion on it is then, because then you kind of get to see the context of how everything went to shit and sort of like how everything happened. So I would be interested to see people who haven't seen 28 Days Later like watch these two movies first and then go and watch the first movie that came out. The first movie is very, very grainy though. Like it has a specific look to it. It was filmed on a digital camera back when digital was like not really a thing, so it looks kind of shitty. It hasn't really been remastered too well, but that's kind of the charm of it. It was made on like a very shoestring budget back in the day, and that's just how that film was. There's a unique charm to it, but just know that I would say that it kind of verges on fan film level at times when it comes to the quality of the film, but I would still say it's a good film. Just know that it's not going to be like super well preserved, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I did enjoy this film. I'm gonna try not to spoil it or anything. I feel like the less you know about the 28 Years Later films, the better. Just go in completely fucking blind like I did, because both of the movies, I went in knowing nothing about them. I stayed away from the hype. I was never a huge fan of the 28 franchise, whatever, 28 years, weeks, whatever franchise. I was never a big fan of them. I thought that the first one was good, but I was never like a super fan of it. It kind of had a cult following. I was never a part of that cult, so I could not say that I was super big into it. But yeah, since I went in completely blind on everything, I think I had a better appreciation for the first movie compared to a lot of other people's who kind of built up this film as being like something that it maybe wasn't. And so yeah, I would say like the less you know about the entire franchise, probably the better. You'll probably have a better enjoyment of it. And yeah, it was very interesting. Some other stuff that I did check out over the past couple of days was I also finished The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is the new Game of Thrones show that we talked a little bit about a little while ago. And I think it was it was great, honestly. It was a very short and sweet series. Because normally Game of Thrones series are very long. Each episode is like anywhere from like 40 minutes to over an hour. So usually the episodes are a lot longer, and there are a lot more episodes. Typically, they're anywhere from like, I want to say like 8 to 10 episodes per season, per series. And so Night of the Seven Kingdoms was, I think, 6 episodes, and each episode was 30 minutes long. So a lot shorter, very self-contained story, and it was very good. So if you guys like Game of Thrones, definitely watch it. I think it's definitely one of the better things that's come out of Game of Thrones in the past few years. So I would even say that it's, at least right now, I think it probably beats out House of the Dragon too. So if you guys like Game of Thrones and you guys are interested in even if you guys just like fantasy stuff in general, maybe check it out. And if you guys like it enough, then maybe that will be your gateway into Game of Thrones, because it is a very self-contained story. It's very short. I think if you watch the other Game of Thrones stuff, you'll like similar to 28 years later. 28 years later, you'll probably have a better appreciation for it. But I think you could probably watch it and get away with not knowing too much about the lore and stuff. Of course, if you know about all the different houses and stuff, you'll kind of have a little bit more context of what's going on. But the show's a good vibe, and it was very interesting. I honestly kind of wrote it off, and I had no expectations for it. I just wasn't super interested in it, and I'm pleasantly surprised that it turned out as well as it did, because HBO's been kind of screwing the pooch a little bit when it comes to making decent shows and like adapting them well. So it's kind of a breath of fresh air in my opinion. So yeah, definitely check it out. Some other stuff. What else? I also checked. I finally caught up on Iruma. I watched a few episodes of season 3 of Iruma. I've been catching up on it because I know that season 4 is coming out and is good. I think season 3 is a little bit. I think season 3 is a little bit of a step down compared to season 2. It's maybe not a step down's the right word, but it's a bit slower. I guess it's not really focusing on the characters that I love as much. When it comes to season 2, I think season 2 is like my peak for Iruma. I think season 2 is just everything about season 2 I loved. Season 3 is good. It's still just more of the same, but I think that the arcs that the characters go on just aren't personally as interesting to me. I really like Ameri, and season 2 was like the Ameri show, and I love that a lot. So the fact that she's not as big of a character in this in the third season is just kind of like, it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. It's still fun. It's still the nice thing about Iruma is all the characters in it are so likable and so adorable that even when I don't really care for characters, it does still follow Iruma, and he's still like the main focal point of the show. And he's able to carry the show well enough. So even if I'm not like too big on certain characters, I still enjoy the time spent anyway. So I have to agree. Yeah, like he's easily the best boy of the show. And even when it focuses on side characters that I really don't give a shit about, I still care about him. So by proxy, I care somewhat about these side characters. I don't know if we talked about the Yakuza Iruma spin-off manga. Did we talk about that? I don't know if we've talked about that. The mafia version? This one. We may have. I don't remember if we did or not. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up the visual for it. I fuck with it. I started reading this recently too. So that's kind of what's inspiring me to want to kind of go back and watch Iruma, the original, and just kind of catch up, especially since season 4 is coming out next anime season. I really hope that the next season is 21 episodes. I love having a 21 episode series to just binge, you know? That's something that I haven't had in a long ass time, because nowadays it's like most shows are like 12 episodes, and that's like the sweet spot for everyone, where it's just like it's just enough to capture the zoomers. Just enough to have for the attention span of the zoomers to be able to sit through all 12 episodes, even then I'm pretty sure that they're probably tuning out near the back half of a 12 episode series. But I just gotta say, like, it's so refreshing to have like a 21 episode series, because I really like that. And I don't know, it feels like there's more to chew on compared to 12 episodes, because it feels like for 12 episodes, like I binged that shit. And it feels like after 3 to 4ish hours, it's just like, okay, that's it. Now what? Time to move on to the next thing. But back to the mafia one. There's like this if story where it's like Iruma, and it's kind of like a gang Yakuza story. It's not just an if story. It's not like a one shot or anything. It's like a full on, like there are several volumes of this. And if you guys like Iruma, I would definitely recommend checking this out. I don't remember if we talked about it. If we did, then, well, you guys are going to hear me gush about it again. But yeah, I really like this series. It's a little bit more serious. I feel like some of the, if normal Iruma is kind of a fluffy comedy show, this one definitely tackles kind of more serious stuff. I want to say that definitely the character arcs that the characters go through and stuff are a lot more. It still kind of retains the spirit of the original show, where there is still comedy there and stuff, but I want to say that it's a little bit more serious compared to the normal Iruma. And just a lot of the characters are a lot different. I want to say, like, Opera is completely different. Ameri's a lot different too, and even Asmodeus. He has like an entire arc, and it's crazy. Let me see. Yeah, like I'm remembering now. There's like this entire arc that he goes. I'm not gonna spoil it. You guys should definitely check it out if you guys are interested. But yeah, definitely recommend this if you guys already like Iruma. It's very cute, and if you guys just like Yakuza stuff, you could probably get into it too. But yeah, that's another thing I've been catching up on over the past couple days. Unfortunately, there's just not really been a whole lot this anime season. We already kind of did like an anime recap during Menchi. We kind of talked about this anime season and just kind of went over it. Unfortunately, there's not really like too much that's interesting right now, and I haven't really been catching up and like continuing anything really. I'm probably gonna binge Tamon's B-side once that's over, but other than that, there's just not really a whole lot that's very interesting this current anime season. So some other stuff was I saw Prince Toki. I saw that you got your figure in for Shin Megami Tensei, which is pretty cool. For me, I've actually been collecting some figures. What I've been trying to do recently is we talked a little bit about it earlier during like one of the last streams. I think it was during the middle of the week stream, but I've been slowly like just collecting figures to try and prepare for once I get the Nendoroid, the custom Nendo of myself, and to set up a shelf and everything. And I managed to get my hands on some FNAF figures, and on the Jazzwares ones, I was actually able to track some down, and I got a couple of the Endo series figures. So I'm super excited to open them up and just kind of play with them and mess with them. And I was like kind of comparing them and trying to like fit them in, and just kind of put them in next to the some Nendo dolls that I have, some other ones, just for scaling, just to kind of see if it fits. And luckily it does. So that's kind of the nice thing about the Nendo dolls, is that they're a little bit taller than just normal Nendo. So I think that you can kind of fudge some other figure scales in there without it needing to necessarily be Nendoroid, which is pretty cool. It's a Devil Summoner. His name is Raito. Is it Devil Summoner? I thought it was Shin Megami Tensei. Oh yeah, it is Devil Summoner. Wasn't there a Shin Megami Tensei one that had a similar character aesthetic? I'm pretty sure there wasn't there? Didn't Raito appear in some of the Shin Megami Tensei games? I'm pretty sure he did, right? And maybe that's where I'm getting confused. The only Devil Summoner game that I'm familiar with is Devil Summoner 2, I think. Or not 2. Which one is it? Which one is it? I don't remember. Which one is it? It's gonna drive me crazy, this guy. Hold on, guys. I gotta find it. Probably Nocturne. Yeah, I think you are right, Prince Toki. Devil Survivor. Sorry, not Devil Summoner. It's Devil Survivor. Devil Survivor 2. I was like, is it Devil Summoner 2? No, it's Devil Survivor 2. This is the game that I was thinking of. I fuck with this game heavy. It's been a long time since I played it though, so I don't remember it too well. But I really like the character designs in this one. But this is like another spin-off from the Shin Megami Tensei. Wow, why is it so big? This one? I didn't play the 3DS version though. This one, I played the DS version, I think. It's this one. He does have a cameo, but only in the Japanese version. I thought that in the Nocturne remake, he showed up. I don't know. I haven't played it, so I haven't played Nocturne. I'm like lukewarm familiar with a lot of Shin Megami Tensei stuff. I played some of the stuff. Like I have played Nocturne a while ago, but I haven't played it recently. And I think I saw him in the new one. So, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was in the new one. Because I think I saw him in that. I have it, but I haven't played much of it. So, yeah. That's where I was thinking that I saw him from, but I couldn't remember. But so yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing with figures. Originally, it was only a Japanese version, only since Dante was in the original game. I see. I tried this, but I couldn't get into it. Fair train. It wasn't. I feel like it was very unique. It wasn't very easy to get into. I only got into it because of the anime. That's why I got into it. Because I think I watched the anime and then I was like, you know what, I'll try out the game. And I thought that the game was all right. But But yeah, so that I started collecting some more figures and just kind of getting stuff ready for my shelf once the Nendo comes in. I'm excited for you guys to get yours as well. I already showed off in the Discord server. I showed off some of the progress for it, and I'm very excited for once it's actually finished, because yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of stuff with like organizing and just setting up a display for it. So other than that, though, I've also been playing Genshin, because I think that there's a new event going on right now where they're giving out like a free skin or something. So I was also playing that. I like Summoner, but not Survivor, which I find strange. I think that's like most people. I think most people like Summoner, but not Survivor. If I'm correct, the character designer for Devil Survivor is the same mangaka of Durarara. Yes, it is, actually. You are correct. Yes, it is. I feel like their style is very easy to clock. Another art style that they've done for quite a few games is the person who does the illustrations for ReZero. I've played quite a few games done by them. I'm trying to remember one of them. What is it? It's like I think it was a PS4 game, or I think it came out on maybe an earlier system and then it got released on PS4. But yeah, the character designer that does like ReZero, they do a bunch of different JRPG games, and I've played quite a few of them as well. Just because I am a pretty big fan of ReZero, so whenever I see stuff that they've done, I'm just like, oh, I recognize that. Let me play it. Even though I don't really think that, especially when it's 3D, I don't think the 3D necessarily translates very well from the art style over to 3D. Sometimes it looks really jank. I will say though that like Durarara's mangaka / art, the art style for it isn't one of my favorites, I want to say. Even though I think it's very unique and it's definitely very, like, you can kind of clock it and it stands out a lot, I wouldn't say that it's one of my favorites. I think one of my favorites right now is actually the person who does the art for Gundam 8, which I think that's getting a new chapter here pretty soon. Yeah, Hideaki Takagi. They've done stuff for, let me see. Let me find their credits. Where is it? Where? Doko. Doko. Here, let me just do this. Yeah. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find their @ on Twitter, but I can't find it. What the fuck? Where is it? Because I know that their name is Hidari, but when I'm trying to find them on, when I'm trying to find their Twitter, it's like so many artists have like they have their name, right? But then I can't find their Twitter because it's like something else, and it's just like, fuck, bro. The Fire Emblem artist, yeah. They also did the character design for the newest Digimon game as well. Did they? For you're talking about the Devil Survivor, right? Digimon. Which one is it? Time Stranger? Their art style is definitely more developed though. Like their art style looks a lot different now for this new one. I don't think it looks like how Devil Survivor does. Devil Survivor looks like Durarara, but this looks very different. Like I feel like their art styles changed a lot over the years. Let's see, like compare this. Like let's do a little bit of comparison. Let's so here's like Devil Survivor, right? Here's their art style from that, and then here's their art style from where is it? This one? Is it so big? Yeah, there we go. But you can still see it though. I can still see it, but I feel like their art style has definitely developed a lot more. Because for Devil Survivor, I think it was more simple. It was definitely a lot more simple looking. And for the new Digimon Time Stranger, it looks a lot more elaborate. It looks kind of more modern, I guess, where it looks it looks very unique, I guess. I think that they developed their stuff a lot more. But yeah, I really like the artist for Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Echoes, I think. This artist. Really enjoy their stuff. This one right here. Why is the sizing on these so off, man? This is the artist that I was thinking of, Hidari. I love their work. It's very, very pretty. Gundam 8 is goated. I think that they may be one of my favorite designers for Fire Emblem, I want to say. Even though I haven't played Echoes, I haven't played really any of the Fire Emblem games. I think that like this art style is like one of my favorites. What is okay. I remember you guys gave me the lore on Fire Emblem a little bit, but what is Fire Emblem Echoes? What is that game? It's a 3DS game. I see. It's like a tabletop RPG game. Echoes, I think, is a remake of an older game. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of more traditional, classic tabletop RPG maker or RPG game from what it looks like. The art style goes hard in it though. The art style is really nice. It reminds me a little bit. Hidari's art style kind of reminds me of 13 Sentinels, which is a really good game if you guys haven't played it already. Kind of reminds me of this art style a little bit. 13 Sentinels is so good. I remember, I think it's had like a little bit of a resurgence though. I remember I played it when it first came out and no one talked about it. No one gave a shit about it. And it just like went under the radar for a long ass time. And I think it's been coming back. I think it's been getting a little bit more of Vanillaware is my favorite company. Yeah, their stuff is really good. I know that they did another game too that I've been meaning to check out. They did a fantasy one. What is it called? But so it's like the same art style. I think their art style in that one is even better. It's definitely a lot more developed compared to this one. Odin Sphere, is that what it is? But yeah, like this game is so goated. People don't understand how good this game is. People need to play this game. I have seen that a lot more people are talking about it and a lot more people are playing it, which is good, but I still don't think it's enough. I feel like this game is so great. I remember I was playing it at a time when just no one was talking about it. I was just like, play this fucking game, it's so good. I don't think it's Odin Sphere. It's not that one. Prince Toki. It's a different one. It's Unicorn Overload. This one. That's their new game that just came out. I don't really know like the context of it though. Like I don't really know what like the premise is. I've seen like a little bit on it, but not too much. Their art style's definitely developed though from 13 Sentinels, but I kind of like the way 13 Sentinels looks. Maybe a little bit more. Kind of like that rugged aesthetic to it. But yeah, this one. Definitely a lot more. I feel like this one looks a lot more traditional. It's just kind of like, it looks a lot more fantasy. But there's just something about 13 Sentinels, man. The story, you know what it is? 13 Sentinels, I think the reason why people didn't like it is that the gameplay for it fucking sucks. I would say 13 Sentinels is more of a visual novel game, a mystery visual novel, than it is an actual, like, JRPG game. Because the actual gameplay of it fucking sucks. I'm not going to sit here and, like, try and mince words with it. It's fucking awful. If you want to have, like, a really good 13 Sentinels experience, get the Switch version and turn it on the easiest difficulty. That way you're not, like racking your brain over what to do. And literally just like breeze through the combat sections and just only focus on the story, because the story is so good. I want an anime of 13 Sentinels so bad because I feel like it would go so hard as an anime adaptation if it was adapted properly. Because I feel like the mystery and the intrigue of it is so good, and like the time travel aspect of it is so interesting. And a lot of the characters, I remember when I first started it for 13 Sentinels, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like some of these characters. I think some of these characters are kind of annoying, but they really grew on me over time. And I think that it's so good, especially if you like mecha stuff too. I feel like if you like mecha, it's definitely going to scratch that itch for you because I love mystery stuff, and it definitely has that mystery angle to it, and just it's so good. I think the time travel stuff too works pretty well. Yeah, it was. I think 13 Sentinel. I have the Nendo for the main girl. For that, what is her name? I'm a fake fan. I don't even remember their names. Iori. Yeah, this girl. I have this Nendo. I think they're making more, aren't they? I thought I saw somewhere that they're doing more Nendos. I thought I saw that there might be more for them. I need like the main character, the main guy. Oh no, they're getting the Q set shit, whatever this is. Ugh. Don't really care about this, high key. Or was it a scale figure? It might have been a scale figure that I saw for them. I think though the Nendo for 13 Sentinels, there's just something about it. I don't think it captures the art style as well as I would like it to. What do you think, Prince Toki? Since you're also a 13 Sentinels enjoyer, want to get your thoughts on it. I feel like the art style, it's like it's missing some. I feel like the art style for 13 Sentinels, I think this will work better as a scale figure. Not really? You don't think so? Because I've seen these scale figures around, and these like capture. It's an okay Nendo, but not captured here at all. Yeah. Like, look at these scale figures. These scale figures capture the art styles so well. I really like these. I just don't have space. I don't have space for these. Like, here's one. I don't know why it's transparent, but in this one. This is an altar figure, which are usually, I mean, altar figures are always very nice. This one right here. Yeah, I feel like this captures it way better than the Nendo. The scale figures are chef's kiss. Yes, they are so great. They look so good. Yeah, and then see, they're doing like these little chibi ones, but I don't really fuck with this. I don't know. There's just something about these. Like, yeah, it's fine, but I'm not really interested in these. Like, if the Nendo did an okay job at like capturing it, I feel like this doesn't capture it at all. These are like a completely different thing. Like, if you told me that this was 13 Sentinels, or if you told me that this was something else and not 13 Sentinels, I'd be like, yeah, I believe you. This looks like every other like chibi figure out on the market, honestly. So, all right. I guess we should probably play the game, shouldn't we? Is there anything else that I should talk with you guys about? Is there anything else that I missed over the past couple days? Let me check the Discord. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else. But I honestly don't know how long the game is going to be. Not entirely sure. I think it's like anywhere. It said from like 1 to 2 hours, but I saw like most of the playthroughs are like anywhere from 2 to 3. So I think it's probably going to be a little bit longer. Before we get started on the game, we'll talk a little bit about it. Random, but I watched the Uma Musume movie in theaters recently. How was it? I'm not a big Uma Musume fan. I played it that one time on stream and I'll probably never play it again. But how was the movie? I think I watched a little bit of the show too during the Uma Musume craze. I liked it. Let's go. I think there's another show too with Oguri Kapu, right? I forgot what it's called. Forgot which one it was. I think that's like one of the newer ones. I remember I tried watching the anime, the first anime, a long time ago, and I was just like, dude, this looks ugly as fuck. The art style just didn't vibe with, like, I just didn't like the art style at all. It's so ugly. Cinderella Grey, yeah, that one. I think that the art style for that one looks a little bit better, but the original like Uma Musume TV series, I was just like, nah, I don't like it. I don't fuck with it. It looks so ugly. It's like the character designs just look so different compared to. I think it's based on like how it used to look, because I think they redesigned them, if I'm remembering correctly. They redesigned a lot of the characters to kind of just update them and make them look a little bit nicer. But the anime was working off of those older designs, and it did not do it for me. But yeah, talking a little bit about the game. This game is obviously, it's a visual novel style game. It does have voice acting though, so I would probably compare this a little bit more to say Slay the Princess, but I think that this one is a little bit lower budget compared to Slay the Princess, because Slay the Princess was like gorgeously well animated. Everything about it was super high quality. Like, not to say that this won't be, but I think this is a little bit more indie. But this one does have like, I think it does have like full voice acting. So but the premise though, I don't really know, other than that we're dating our sleep paralysis demon. Asahi Games didn't have their animation studios, and you're right about the designs. Yeah. Slay the Princess is great. Yeah, we played that one a long time ago. It's been a very long time since we played that, but I did really enjoy that game. It was very fun. There was another movie though that I wanted to talk with you guys about that I just remembered. I forgot to put it in my notes, and I was going to talk with you guys about it. Let me see. There's a new movie coming out by A24 called Undertone, and if you guys like horror films and you guys like horror podcasts like I do, and you guys like talking about horror stuff, this movie, keep your eye on this one, all right? I'm gonna tell you guys right now, keep your eye on this one. Keep your eye on this movie, because I think this movie may have the potential to be my favorite horror film of the year. Like, the premise of it really has me interested, and I really want to see what this movie is. Because so like the I'll give you guys the lowdown of what it is. Like, I'll read the synopsis for it, and you guys can tell me if you guys agree with me. But the premise of this one is the host of a popular paranormal podcast becomes haunted by terrifying recordings mysteriously sent her way. And that's like such a vague premise. That's such a and normally I would be kind of like ill cringe podcast type shit, Rotten Mango, no care, right? That's normally how I would see it. It's just like kind of like just normal true crime podcast type shit, not interested, right? But the way the tone of this film, like, I watched the trailer for this, and the tone is there. The tone looks really interesting. It looks very creepy, eerie. Just everything about it looks very interesting, and I like it. I do like kind of internet horror series where it kind of builds upon, like, it's like a bunch of mysterious things that are on the internet that people have found, that people have dug up, and just kind of like trying to unravel like the mystery behind it. ARG type stuff. I don't think that this is supposed to be ARG, but I think it kind of will lean in heavy to that. So like, this looks really interesting. I think that this film has, like, I'm keeping my eye on this one. I really want to watch it. I really want to see. It comes out pretty soon here. And when it does, I'm definitely going to watch it, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on it, because I really think that this will be, like, I don't know, just something about it. It's rare that I'm ever like excited for a horror film anymore, but it's A24. A24 usually rarely misses. I want to say that A24 is usually a pretty big hit when it comes to a lot of the films. So I'm pretty optimistic about this one, and yeah, we'll see. I don't want to say too early that this is going to be my favorite one, but I think this may take the cake for it, hopefully. The reviews are already in from Rotten Tomatoes, and it looks like it's got pretty good critic scores. So we'll see once the full release is out, what people are thinking for it. But yeah. There's also the Backrooms too. The Backrooms notoriously has a new trailer for it. It's the thing about the trailer. So I'm a little bit mixed. Available here on March 13th. Yeah, it's coming out pretty soon. Usually for A24 films though, they go out on streaming very quickly. So usually for A24, they'll have like a limited release for a little bit, and then within like a few weeks after the release of the film in theaters, it just gets like thrown out into streaming. So, or at least for VOD, I think. I think it may be a little bit for streaming, but I think on VOD it just kind of gets thrown out there. Yeah, so the Backrooms, I saw the trailer for it. We didn't really talk too much about it, but I'm not super excited for the Backrooms series, if I have to be honest. I'm interested and I'm intrigued, but we gonna mention it? Potentially, yeah. I think that we'll probably mention this one, assuming we like it. Assuming that I watch it and I really enjoy it and I would be interested in watching it again, then for sure we'll probably mention it. It might be a little bit though. I'll probably wait until it like gets thrown onto a streaming platform. That way it's a little bit easier for people to get access to. Like if it gets thrown onto like Netflix or something or whatever. So it might be a little bit before we do it, but because there are other films that I want to watch first with Menchie with you guys. I want to watch Iron Lung when that eventually comes out on VOD or streaming, whichever. And yeah, so there's that, and there are a bunch of other films that I'm kind of more interested in checking out first. But if I really like this one, then we'll definitely mention it. But yeah, for the Backrooms one, I'm not super interested in it. This was something that I wanted to touch on because obviously we've played a lot of liminal games, played a lot of Backrooms games here on the channel over the past 2 years. A little less so now. I think that the Backrooms movie, high key, is kind of coming out a little too late. Like, I think liminal spacey stuff is still here, but I think that the intrigue for the Backrooms is kind of, I want to say it's like on an all-time low. So I don't really know if the movie coming out now is really going to ignite that much passion in me. And the thing about it too is, I know Kane Pixels is directing it, and I kind of am mixed on his analog horror series for it, because I think that the first few videos that he did for the Backroom series were very good, very interesting, intense, to the point, and very, I think they were the perfect format for like a YouTube video, if that makes sense. I don't know if you can drag out a Backrooms film for an hour and a half. And this is Kane Pixels' directorial debut. And he was very young when he did the Backrooms miniseries on YouTube. So like the analog horror series. I don't know how well that will translate to a full-length production film. I think that the Backrooms film, it can go one of two ways. It could either be fucking great and it'll be amazing and it'll like hit every beat, or it's going to flop tremendously. So yeah, Backrooms doesn't really work as a film. Yeah, I think that it's like, and then on top of that, he's not like Kane Pixels. He's a very good analog creator here on YouTube, right? Like, and I'm not going to discredit that, because I do really enjoy a lot of his stuff, but I don't necessarily know if that will translate well to a film, to like a AAA funded film, because it's not like normal A20. This wasn't like a normal A24 film where it was, because I think this one had like studio executives involved and everything. So this one wasn't just like I don't think anyway, it was, because what happens with a lot of A24 films is like usually they're self-funded projects and then A24 licensed them. I don't think that happened with the Backrooms one. I think that this was something that A24 approached Kane Pixels for to direct. I could be wrong on it. I haven't really been following the production of this super closely. Feel free to fact check me if I'm wrong on that, but if I did, like, I think that's what it was. And if it was, then I don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, I really don't know. Or it will kill a franchise. Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure. I think that like I said, Kane Pixels, I think he does a lot of like internet horror series stuff very well, but a lot of his stuff tends to be like kind of more abstract. And the thing is a lot of the stuff that he did with the backrooms, I think that the first couple videos that he did were very good. But then as he continued to expand the lore of it, quotation marks lore, I didn't find it very interesting. I thought it kind of lost a lot of steam. It kind of got boring. So I don't really know if he's going to be doing too much of that in this one. Because if he does, and he's like trying to expand the lore and like explain the backrooms more, I don't think it's going to be very interesting, and I think it may fall into a lot of the issues that I had with his later internet horror series, where it just becomes boring, you know, and I just get bored during it. So I'm interested to see. I'm interested, but yeah, I think it can go one of two ways. I think one, it will be, I think it could either be really good or it'll be bad. And it is his, like I said, he is pretty young. I think he's like 18. I think he started working on this film at 18, and that's kind of uncommon for directors. So I don't really know how well that's going to work. I'm not trying to say that you need to be like a veteran in order to work on a film, but yeah, just the fact that like an 18-year-old was kind of like approached by a studio to direct a film, and like I don't know, it kind of, to me, like knowing how like movie production works and stuff, it kind of smells like a recipe for disaster, where it's just like a lot of cooks in the kitchen type shit. So if I don't know, maybe A24 is like really hands off with it, and like, I'm praying that's the case, but I don't know. We'll see when it comes out. I'm definitely interested, but yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic because I'm not entirely like I'm not. A lot of people are like really hyped for it and they're really excited for it, but for me, I'm going in cautiously. I don't want to say cautiously pessimistic, but I'm guessing it will be like a SCP team investigating the backrooms while it's film found footage style. I don't think that's what it is. I think it may have elements of that in it, but I think that there is going to be like I think it follows like one central female protagonist, and it's just like her kind of getting thrown into the backrooms. But I would have to assume that it will have elements of that train, where it's like it has like an SCP investigation, like maybe she uncovers like some of the footage of like a team investigating it. But I've always found that that's the least interesting part of the backrooms. So if it does go that aspect, like I wouldn't be surprised. Like I would be willing to bet that that's the angle that you would want to go with it. But like I said, I didn't really find those parts of his internet YouTube series to be very interesting. So like I said, I'm interested, but I'm not gonna be like super I'm not placing any bets that it's going to be like great or anything. Like I'm not going to get hyped up on it or anything like that, because I think there's a very high chance that it could be kind of a miss. So we'll have to see when it comes out. Yeah, those are two films that are coming out that I wanted to talk a little bit with you guys about, because we haven't really been talking too much. We haven't really talked too much about it, but yeah, like I said, Kane Pixels is very young, and when you're working with like studios and stuff, usually that kind of like, especially if the studio has a lot of like fingers in the project, you can't really do what you want to do. So that's why I say like I don't know how well it'll do, because yeah, there aren't that many young directors that are as young as Kane Pixels is, where their stuff has been like great, you know. But like I said, we'll see. I do think his internet horror series are very good, but I think that those are good in more of like kind of an abstract way, where they work as like a kind of weird YouTube video, where it's like it's not super long, it's like kind of bite-sized horror, like kind of I don't know if that makes any sense, but all right, let me get the game booted up. I talked a little bit about it, about some movies that are coming out that I am interested in seeing. And all right, let me get the game going here. Let me do this and windowed, and then make it a little bit bigger. Okay. I think it's this one? Yeah, okay. Let me actually make it a little bit smaller. We're gonna have to mess with this a little bit. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to mess with this. Readjust it. It's super off. Sorry guys about the noise. It's gonna be a little loud. Okay, there we go. I think that's good. All right, let me lock that. Alrighty. It's time to rizz up our how's audio? Is it too loud? If you guys need me to turn it down, let me know. It's time to rizz up our Sleep Paralysis Demon. Or maybe the other way around. It's time for our Sleep Paralysis Demon to rizz up us. Because this is a dating sim. How's audio? Does audio sound okay? Alright, let's get started. Let's go new game.
Wonderful. Your story may start.
Woohoo! I like that it's voiced.
Time when you couldn't fall asleep. You're lying down. You look blankly at the darkest corner of your room.
More times than I can count. He's got that nice ASMR voice.
Something forms in the darkness. You try to convince yourself it's just your brain playing tricks on you. You try to convince yourself.
Why does he look like that?
It's not there. It's not there. It's not.
He looks like Scooter Man. Ow! Owie, don't do that, please. Owie. Here, I'm gonna turn the volume down a little bit. Ow. That like hella little low, but it works. Chat, what about you? Yeah, if you guys want me to turn it up a little bit. I guess I can turn it up a little bit more. Keep it like there. Hopefully we don't have another like audio ear destruction right there. By low I mean the voice. Oh, okay, I see. You're located in your new apartment. The place is furnished? Isn't the right term for that furnished? Meaning you're free. Oh, meaning you're free to place everything in any place you want. Which is quite convenient. This place is spacious. It gives you a chance to live however you desire. However, this apartment may feel too spacious, too comfortless. How exactly would a person fill such a place so it won't feel so lonely? Well, someone who has friends would invite them over for parties, or you can enjoy the solitude followed by the pleasant silence. Independent life can seem intimidating. Where to start? We can start by exploring this new place. Okay, what's in here? Empty room with a desolate desk standing next to the window. The window, the weather outside is nice, the sky is blue and the clouds float by. The desk, that is a place for work and creativity, but I would spend endless hours looking out the window daydreaming. How would you design your brand new office? Let's imagine. Typical office in the minimalism style, cozy creative workshop, ultra high-tech workstation. Cozy creative? Is that your final decision? Yes, this is just right. Office style imaged. Oh, okay, it doesn't actually do anything though. I see. Okay. Where do I go? Can I go back out? Okay. It's over here. Spectacularly spacious bathroom. The bath furnished. You can hide anything you want in there. Anything. A bath. Here you can take baths with candles, foam, and bubbles while pleasant music plays, or what stereotypes the important part is not to fall asleep. Or do you like to take quick showers? Big towel, its purpose is to dry yourself. I hope you knew that. Well, no shit. Okay. Let's go back out. Okay, this way. Seriously, do you need to use the toilet now? Can you hold it? Go later? Haven't you gone already? I mean, damn, all right. Okay. What do you mean? Why isn't... Who's talking to me right now? Who's saying this? Okay, living room. This is the place where you're probably going to spend lots of your time. For now, there are cardboard boxes scattered everywhere. Sofa, this is your second ego. This is all you're dreaming about at the end of your long day. This is your reliable friend and support. Sofa, sofa, sofa. Boxes, they need to be unpacked. We'll take care of that, but not today. A dresser, the devourer of belongings. Easy to store in, yet difficult to find what you're looking for. Okay, we got some plants. The plants left by the previous owner, be sure to take good care of them. This is a nice place. It's cozy. You traverse most of your apartment. The place evokes warmth, the midday sun rays during a warm sunny day, cold, the bluest lake between snowy mountains, neutral. I say warmth. I think this is a pretty nice place. Pretty cozy. Yes, this is just right. Wonderful. Okay. Sink. Kitchen sink for washing dirty dishes. No shit. Okay. Oven, would you like to order some pizza? A fridge, better than the television. A reality show in 4DX. Okay. Boxes, can I unpack these? Boxes, they need to be unpacked. We'll take care of that later. All right. The bedroom, the place where you pass most of your time and a third of your existence. What's this? Toolbox, a few scattered tools from screwdrivers to nails, and prominent hammer, great to take down walls. Why in our room? A dresser, the devourer of belongings. Okay, same thing. Wardrobe, a place of mysteries and discovery. You could be used as a extra sleeping place if you're able to fit. Pets seem to adore this place. Okay, that's the same. Double bed, it gives you a variety of options on how to use it. A comfortable mattress is always the main factor of sleep quality. Nightstand, exclusively a throne for your mobile device, rarely for a book, not an electric book. Boxes. Okay, is there anything else? Seems you've checked every room. How do you like your new habitats? I hope you're pleased. Now it's time to have dinner. Okay. Eat dinner. Let's go. After dinner, it's time for entertainment. How would you like to spend your time? Binge some of your favorite TV shows. Play some of your favorite video games. Go for TV shows? Time to catch up. Are you excited to see your new favorite characters on the screen again? I'm always in anticipation, waiting for the continuation of the storyline to find out what could happen next. Let's watch already. Who is talking right now? The apartment is cozy, but there's kind of like a underlying creepiness to it with the soundtrack. Art style looks very good. Okay, watch TV. The busy day is coming to an end and it's time to sleep. Okay. It's creepy as fuck now. Okay, it's not so cozy. We should probably get some blinds for the windows. All right, time to sleep. The warm evening fall. You've made a decision to take a stroll in the park during this time of the year. It's especially breathtaking. You exit the building and head out to the bus stop. The bus stop is deserted, which is usually rare. The bus seems to be late, and the wait seems like forever. You decide to look at the bus timetable, but no matter how hard you try, you're not able to read it. Perhaps it's better to walk. The walkway leading to the park is beautiful as always. The orange light of the cold setting sun is simmering through the colorful leaves. The cold breeze is forcing the leaves to circle in the rhythm of waltz dancers. Your good mood slowly disappears after you encounter a dead end. A stone wall stretching to infinity stands before you. Perhaps it's best to return, but the way back doesn't exist. Suddenly you're falling through the ground. A twinkling light follows your descent. Finally, there's a steady footing under you. After taking a closer look, you find an exit. It's a staircase leading to an endless abyss of darkness. You don't have any choice besides going down. You start to slowly make your way downward. Only the soft echo of your steps are heard, disturbing the silence. The sound is very strange, like it's repeating itself. You've quickened your pace, like someone is trying to catch up to you. Ooh, we're being followed? Is it, tall, dark, and handsome? Someone's breathing down your neck. You wake up from a TV noise coming from your living room. Strange. I swear you've turned it off. Turn off the TV. Okay. Let's go back to sleep. You went back to sleep. Good morning. It's strange to wake up from the sun rays, is it not? Not surprising considering there are no curtains hung up on the windows yet. It'd be nice to stay in bed all day, but the cruel call of the stomach cannot be ignored. Okay, it's time to eat. Let me actually move chat over real quick. Are you guys liking the game so far? Has a unique atmosphere to it. It's very cozy. It kind of reminds me of that coffee game a little bit. Okay, time to eat. There are mountains of dirty dishes in the sink. Don't let it bother you. Time for breakfast. Calming? Yeah, very calming. Now the time has come to run your errands. Let's go out. Okay. I'm gonna go. The real world awaits.
I thought we could pause right here.
Hello? What the fuck?
Take a break. Breathe in some fresh air.
Huh?
Be a responsible individual before diving right back in. Feel free to continue whenever you please.
What the fuck? Huh? I guess continue? Evening's closing in. The sun's fiery saffron light is brightly reflecting off the windows. The sunset sky is blazing with crimson clouds mixed with yellow and gray contours. How come we can't... Can I leave? No, we're trapped in here. Okay, so there's something else going on. Fridge. Better than the television. Okay. Boxes. They need to be unpacked, but not today. It says it's raining outside, but it still says the weather is nice, the sky is blue, and the clouds float by. Okay, so what do I do? Do I watch TV? No. After a long day, it's time to have dinner. All right. Dinner time. Welcome in, Yordle. The dishes are still laying in the sink. By the looks of it, they seem to be clean. However, once you touch the plate, it feels sticky. Thus, it's better to wash anyway. What kind of activity would you like to do today? Sorry, my throat is, hope I'm not getting sick. Be productive. Let's try and be productive. Being productive is laborious, especially at home. Everything's distracting and it's difficult to concentrate. Yet if you succeed in your task, then you can be proud of yourself and the result will exceed your expectations. Hey, don't you feel like someone's watching you right now? Turn around. Creepy, empty doorway. Night is nigh, it's bedtime. Okay. We got like a little hole in our wall right here. I see that. Some Tom and Jerry type shit. To lay down in bed doesn't mean to fall asleep, apparently. Something must have gone wrong. In this common occurrence for you, or do you just fall asleep like a dead man? Besides trying to outstare the dark, let's come up with something better to do. Let's use the imagination. I've tried counting sheep to fall asleep and it never does anything. I feel like that it never works. I feel like it's a scam. It's never happened for me. Let me actually make myself a little, like move myself over a little bit, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. Did I put soup in the fridge? It's time to take out the trash. You're the last pair of socks and don't even think about work. Let's imagine something pleasant instead. Have you ever thought about teleportation becoming real? How would it even work? There needs to be rules for sure. Imagine you sit at home minding your own business and suddenly a person is standing in the middle of the room. Awkward, and what if it's not even your acquaintance but a stranger that misread the address? Closing thoughts. I don't believe humanity is ready yet. Not sleeping yet. Let's try the other option. Let's count sheep. Let's try good old folk remedy. Whoa, look at how cute they are. That is an ugly sheep. What the fuck is that? Look at its eyes. Where is that, its nose or its mouth? 1. Okay. 2. 3. 5. 8. I don't think this is how you're supposed to count sheep when you're trying to... 13. 21. 21. Can I get 6, 7? 3, 4. 55. 6, 7. There it is. 1, 4, 4. Haven't fallen asleep yet, I see. Well, I mean, no shit. That's not how you count sheep, I don't think. A, 6, 7. Okay, so let's try rolling over to our side. You're not able to. Seems you can't move at all. Hello? In the corner of your eye, you notice a slight movement of a shadow in the frame. Why didn't I close the door? Something there, or was it a hallucination? Your gaze is undeniably glued to this odd silhouette. You don't even notice the arrival of dawn. Ooh, nice music. Hey. After a long sleepless night, finally the morning has arrived. The time has come to accomplish your feats. Deviation's kind of cute. What is the sheep or the mysterious stranger standing in our doorway in the middle of the night? Liking the game so far? Yeah, the game is pretty cute. Today everything will go... The monster? Nah, we haven't seen him yet. We can't say that. Welcome back, sir. Today everything will go smoothly as you planned in the best way possible. There are no problems you wouldn't be able to solve. You're ready for new challenges. This beautiful day has yet to offer. Let's roll. Oh, bummer. The lack of sleep has put a toll on you. You fell unconscious. Oh man, we're back. We're back here again. They're shy. He's just a shy guy. You slowly regain your sight. You notice that you're laying in your bed, unable to move once again. Turns out you've slept through the whole day. How did you get back to your bed? Try to relax. You relaxed. Move your head. Finally, you sense your body once more, every last cell. Oh, how wonderful it is to stretch your limbs and feel alive again. Unfortunately, you start to feel the unbearable weight of the blanket and suffocating heat as well. You need to cool down. Stick out your arm. Well, now it's finally comfortable and nice to lay in the bed. You can keep resisting, of course, since you seem drowsy, although it's a pity we successfully failed in our first task for today. Nothing to get upset about, there are still countless opportunities each day. My advice, put more belief in yourself and in life. I would also like to add, something touched you. Your reflex intuitively forces you to hide your arm under the covers, or did I imagine it? He's trying to hold her hand. Why won't we make sure that there's nothing there? Look under your bed. Here, take a flashlight with you. Who's giving me a flashlight? What the fuck? Turn off the light, please. Brother, what the fuck are you doing down there? Why? It's morning, a new day is here. The windows shows clouds floating by. Let us stay in bed for a while before breakfast. There's a soft hum of wind coming from the outside. Soon it's time to go out. Okay. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, let them eat breakfast, but how about those who eat lunch first? Let's call it late breakfast. We support a healthy lifestyle after all. After a hearty breakfast, full of newfound strength, we are willing to face the new day the world awaits you. All right, let's go outside. Our apartment's nice. I like this. I don't care if we...
What is the plan? We can pause right here, or would you rather continue?
Why do you keep asking me? Can I play the fucking game? Yes, continue. It's getting dark. The light poles turn on. Their illumination casts long shadows. With each minute, they become longer and longer, and only the dusk can stop their further crawl. Everything around you gets overcast by a gray haze. We're finally home. This apartment doesn't seem that foreign anymore. We're heading out to the kitchen to prepare a meal. Can I unpack this? I want it to look like this. When will it look like that? Okay. Let's go here. And prepare a meal. After dinner, weariness and drowsiness start to take over you. It appears today you'll go to bed early. I guess. I wish you pleasant dreams or none at all. I don't remember my dreams that often. Oh, why does it always end up like this? It seemed like the dreamland was calling you, yet the moment you lay down is the moment the dreams seem to say goodbye. Well, we'll have to count those adorable sheep once more. 377 610. I feel like I'm doing exercises, not counting sheep. This is going to keep me up, if anything. 1597 2584 4181 66765 1 this is definitely not going to help me sleep at all, but you know. Okay, what? 67 109 461 7711 28 65 74 636. I don't have a number pad, so like doing this is kind of awkward. 85 4 2 0 6 9 1 0 0. All right. This time the lambs have helped. With each jump, the picture starts to blur and darken a little more. In the end, the scenery with curly sheep has completely dissolved into darkness. Something woke you up. Is that your imagination, or is there truly something kind of shifting silhouette next to your bed? After a closer look, it seems that the dark figure is definitely standing on the edge of the bed. Reach out your hand. You'd still like to make sure it's in fact actually there, but there's a sudden realization that you can't move a muscle. Try to fall asleep, close your eyes. There's no reason to snuff out your vision when you're already surrounded by darkness. Scream? Get away from me! Who the fuck are you? Well, go on, scream as you will, but I don't quite hear anything. Your body is undeniably unresponsive. You're lying down, thoughts feverishly distorted, and the heart beats faster and faster. The rhythm is like the beats of a deafening drum. You try to scream, but your outcry stays on the inside. The sinister outer space stays silent. You try to squint and pray, hoping it's just a bad dream. All of a sudden, you start to suffocate. You believe this is the last gulp of air, yet you're still alive. You still exist. I just want to say that I love the font for this game. The font is so easy to read. I like it. Because there are some games where we play that are like these visual novel formats, and I can't read the fucking font, I swear. So thank you for making the font just like very, very easy on the eyes. If evil, why thumbnail creature cute? La creatura. Lamau, it's good. The font's so much easier to read, man. I swear. There are some games where we play them, I'm like squinting, trying to like what the fuck does that say? Still, if, even in a state such as this, you can do something. Try to blink a few times. Okay, can you understand me? I'm blinking. Now try to look up. Move cursor to the top of the screen. Yeah, can you see me? Do you understand that? Let's move from right to left. Right? Oh, he moved. Where did he go? Where is he? Oh, hi. What did his neck do? Got that long neck. Ew, the way he undulates is so creepy. The creature that stands next to your bed begins to gain its blurry outlines. The figure of this creature is elongated and tense like a strained rubber. Its arms look unnaturally stretched. Big yellow eyes glow in the light of the fog headlights. The stare of this being is intent and deep, its sharpness going through you like it's reading your thoughts. The animation is smooth, right? Disturbing the silence of the night. The way his like eyes are like, okay, yell. Only a pathetic, barely audible whimper comes out. Hello. Oh, how surprising, it apparently can speak. I was thinking that it's time to get to know each other. We both know that you're unable to move nor speak. At least you can move your eyes. You can examine your surroundings by taking a closer look. Yeah, I have an idea. If you agree to move up and down, if you disagree, move left and right. Okay, so if you agree, move up and down. Okay. Too bad you cannot move. This would be perfect place to hide. If something's bothering you, blink a lot. I've observed you for a long time and when we moved, I've made a decision to reveal myself. Why? Let's hear him out. From the beginning, I was a one-sided observer. That's why I didn't participate in your life. Okay, don't put your head on my bed, please. On the other hand, it's very fascinating, but on the other hand, I know everything about you and you know nothing about me. Okay, he's It's like looking out the window, but never going out. Is this feeling familiar to you? Yes. Okay, can I go up? Have you really gone through this? The creature's face stretched into a strange grimace. So in a particular moment, my curiosity took over. What would happen if you saw me? After our move, I understood this is the best chance for contact. SCP-196 pose, is it? The animation is so good. It is very, very fluid. Anyway, aren't you able to move yet? Don't worry, it's not fatal. Soon it will pass. This occurs at least once in a person's lifetime. I once saw you were watching a TV show. How do you like this one? I'm already invested. He's just a shy guy. It's kind of weird, you know, that he's in our house and he's kind of he's just kind of, lording around, and he's you know, he's just kind of in our house, not saying anything and probably eating our food and all that stuff, but whatever. At the beginning, I did not understand why you were watching people in a box in television TV. With me, I started to understand it myself, and a new world opened up for me, but sadly, my eyes get exhausted quickly and then they hurt. Can I look at you a bit more closely? No. Okay. Okay, now you're making me feel bad. Did you know that there are many ways to help out with insomnia? There's no need to count sheep, even if they are charming and fun. You can think of a pleasant memory and immerse yourself in it. For example, one day I was watching you build some kind of thing. We both lost track of time, and then you forget it. What? What is he talking about? The other option is listening to meditative music. Just don't forget to turn it off in time. Do you like listening to music? Yes. Hums my soul. The creature's face stretched into a strange grimace. Why do you keep Why? Why do you keep stretching your face? Is it just like you don't know how to express yourself, or? I'm glad we managed to get to know each other a bit closer. Or get to know each other a bit closer. But the sun is slowly rising. I'm afraid I'll need to hide, which means I'm saying goodbye. Okay. Yes. We'll see each other during the next night. Yeah, feel free to... Nah, I don't know about that. I feel like I'm okay with you not coming back. Although the morning arrived, you still have a few hours to rest. In the end, your drained body and mind fell asleep. Oh no, we're just gonna fall asleep again? Early morning means a new day. Having breakfast every day is a little bit boring, but you don't want to end up being all skin and bones. All right, time to get breakfast. Bit too rich for a breakfast you had there. Be careful not to overeat. Who is the narrator that's talking? Okay, what do I do now? Do I leave? I hope you'll return early today. The day flew by like a race car on a track. The sky is always changing and undeniably beautiful. I'm willing to look at it for eternity. Unfortunately, it's getting dark and it's time to enter your home. Can I unpack these yet? No. Why does it keep showing this? Okay, well, I guess I cannot unpack. Just gonna leave that there. It's kind of bothering me seeing all those boxes there. Here we are, we're home. With each day, the weather is getting colder. You're getting used to this apartment. It feels nicer with every return, especially when a delicious dinner is waiting for you, which is bought on your way home. Quickly to the kitchen, and don't forget to turn on the kettle. Kettle's whistle echoes loudly through the kitchen. After dinner, there's plenty of time to spend doing a compelling activity. Finish some tasks in the office. Sit at the chair in your empty office. At least nothing's distracting you. Concentration is needed for finishing your task, but it does take a lot of energy. Overworking your brain might lead to blurry vision and might even cause you to faint. Especially a dangerous situation is I'm almost done, and the I'm almost done can extend to prolonged hours. That's why I offer you to take a break. Your pen fell. I know I told you to take a break, but it doesn't stop you from picking up your pen. Where did it roll? You've searched everywhere, but it's nowhere to be found. Is it gone? Alright, we can try and find it tomorrow. Well, it's late. Let's go to sleep immediately. Yeah, I think I'll sleep in the office. I don't want to see Mr. Sleep Paralysis Demon. Okay, we got a weapon right there, though. We're good. We got that hammer right there. Isn't it nice to finally lay down? I hope you'll fall asleep swiftly, and I wish you a good night. You've curled up into the blanket, making yourself comfortable. Oh, he's back. Unexpectedly, you notice in the corner of your eye a familiar figure standing next to your bed. I feel like we don't want to escalate things, so we'll just be like, hello. Oh, so you can surprise me. Hello. Creature is tense and waiting with anticipation. Where did you come from? A long pause hangs in the air. It looks like the creature is construing its thoughts. Finally, a silent hissing breath breaks the silence. I'm always here. Mention the incident with the pen. Asking about your lost pen is a good idea. We've been searching for the pen for quite some time after all. I took your pen. I wanted to try to leave you a note, but couldn't find any paper. Let me keep it, please. But what if I need that? What if that's like my favorite pen ever and I'm just gonna give it to him? I don't know. I feel like we should just go along with it because he can fuck us up if he wants. Sure, why not? Silent shuffling noise is heard coming from somewhere. Came from the creature. Now you understand this is not a nightmare, nor an illusion, nor a hallucination. This is a real living, breathing being. See, he kind of cute. If you say so. If you say so. It's time to face your fears. What are you? Who are you? The creature's gaze looks into nothingness and then looks seemingly through you. Nothing disturbed the nightly silence. Both of you mute. The silence dragged on. Fortunately, your question was about to be answered. You can explore my body. Maybe it might answer your question. Hey, yo, what the fuck? I'm good. What? More in an odd type of way? Nah, it's about to be in that type of way. Ew. Ew. What is he? Okay, hold right mouth. The creature grabs you. There's a weird expression on its face. Pull back. It releases you. Okay, I didn't... its chest moves slightly the same way like yours does. Do you breathe in unison or is it a coincidence? Maybe we can test it. Short breaths? It does copy you after all. I wonder if I have a heartbeat because I never could match it to yours. Check your pulse, check its heartbeat. You place your hearing organ close to organ. That's a weird way to say ear. To where a heart usually would be placed. You can hear something. If it's a vibration going in circles. It stops again. Is that too loud for you guys? If it's too loud, I can turn it down. This is how it'd probably be described. Oh, look, he follows the mouse. Interesting. Okay. Hand twitches too much. There's clearly uncertainty if you should touch it. I think it's good. Okay. You're listening to the finger's rhythmic tapping motion. It dawned on you. It reminded you of a heartbeat. When you hold its hand, there's there's a suspicion that it's also examining you. Oh, I think I accidentally touched his dick before. My bad, dude. Sorry. Eyes do attract like magnets. You technically can touch them. It's specifically allowed you to. Yeah, you barely touched it when it started to pull you in its eye like a whirlpool in a river. I almost thought it was all over for you when suddenly the process stopped. You should have warned me. I did not expect you to poke my eye. I get that you didn't know. We can salvage this. I just need to rearrange myself. Maybe it recollects its thoughts this way. The creature's body starts to take on multiple shapes and sizes. It's mesmerizing sight. Pull out. The harder you try to struggle, the further it tries to pull you in. Don't move. I forgot the word. What is it you do after you come home? Have dinner. Mashed potatoes are best for digestion, but that's not what we need. Play video games. I don't know if it's that, but it's close. Ah, I remember. Relax. Finally, the correct word was recollected. You listen to the creature's advice and relax. Congratulations, you succeeded in getting out of a stressful situation. Okay, and Okay. What else can I do here? I don't like that noise. We're pretty calm though with what just happened. Am I good? Are we done? Let me see. Its mouth is in constant movement, like it's always about to say something, but nothing ever comes out. At least you can see its very yellow teeth. Ew, he don't brush his teeth? No, that's not very cute. It's flat. Its fingers are unproportionately long, even longer than on its feet. Looks a bit ridiculous. You're lost in thought. Be in the moment. Okay. What if I look at his stomach? Because he's got like a big hole there. What are you waiting for? I'll burst from anticipation. And it's doubtful it has anything compared to a digestive system. You'll notice two long lines in a V shape vertically placed close to its waist. They look like they may be two scars, but after looking closer, you might notice them twitching very unnoticeably, like the movement of worms. Is something wrong? Okay. Zoom in. Go to sleep by blinking a lot. Okay, is there nothing else I can do though? Okay. He can contort his face. Rubber is the right term, I would say. Please stop that. Ooh, okay. The creature launches straight at you and bites a piece of you. What did you expect from poking someone's mouth? This is a result of natural reflexes. You bled everywhere and you die from the shock. Okay. Okay, well, definitely don't do that. So he's not friendly. Can I go? No? Oh, what happened? You went to sleep. Yes. Our chat has come to an end because people like you need to sleep. I'm always close, even during the day. You can find me in dark, tight crevices. See you soon. I don't really like that. Okay, goodbye. Well, good morning. Today we don't need to rush anywhere. Aren't you getting tired of the mess? Boxes are scattered everywhere and searching for a specific thing becomes a problem. Enough is enough. Today we're unpacking. We can start right now, but not on an empty stomach. Better to eat breakfast first. Toolbox. Okay, let's eat. Ooh, it's kind of cloudy outside. It'll probably rain. Perfect. That's such a vibe. Okay, eat. Unpacking and just kind of hanging out at home on a rainy day. Now we can finally go straight to it. I'm already anticipating everything that will be in its rightful place. By the way, maybe we can look for your nightly neighbor. Yesterday, you've been told that it hides in your apartment during the day also. After you're done with unpacking and done admiring the fruits of your labor, you can wash yourself, eat dinner, and prepare yourself for bedtime. Okay. Put this. Cooking is your passion. The sets of kitchen appliances are blinding with their beauty and variety. However, I'm sure that most people won't understand the purpose of every little thing laying around here. Some saw those only in commercials. Okay. It looks the same. It doesn't look any different. What is that sound? The living room area is quite small, but with organization skills, we can easily place everything where it needs to be. After some unpacking, the room will become a lot more lively, and it might tell more about its owner. Books, electronics, board games and decor. Probably books, I'd say for myself. Books are unpredictable artifacts. How many decades in a row people tried to predict their dreadful fate of death, but they're alive more than ever. The longer they live, the more interesting and colorful they become. Okay, that's a weird way to put it, but sure. Okay, and then let's do the office now. Do you remember after moving in, you were imagining how your future office would look like? This is the time to bring that to life. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. I love it. We got like a drawing tablet here. Warm tones, smooth lines, original furniture, decor everywhere, and that is the quintessential for creative atmosphere. The essential objects are systematically placed in the arm's reach, stylish and cozy. Nice. Okay. All right. Dream office for real, for real? This apartment is so spacious. All right. We're not done unpacking yet. We need to do the room, right? Okay. Haven't you missed your other clothing? Your clothes can wait when you finally start to wear them again. They cannot wait to cover your body. Power of clothes? Just a few boxes. Minimalism is your forte, yet this looks a bit sad. Some people might think you're poor. However, you got the essentials. Anyway, minimalism is always in fashion. Wardrobe, place of mysteries. Can I check under here? Ew! What even is this? Poke it? Greet it? I don't want to poke it because he's going to bite me. Whatever you did doesn't seem to be reacting. I recall it mentioning that it needs some paper. I believe I saw some in your office. What is it? Can I get like a... Whenever we tried asking what it is, it kind of evaded the question. Okay, paper. He took some sticky notes. Bruh, creature needs a bed? What is it, a dog? Why is it here? It's so weird. How to give it the sticky notes? Let's stick it to the back. Perfection. Alright, there you go. Surely he'll be able to, You didn't wash yourself still. Okay, it's time to go shower. Wait, we haven't showered this entire time? We're so stinky. Everything in the bathroom is already placed and is already in its place. All of it was unpacked on the first day. Everything looks fine except that. My bald head is wet. My hair is tangled. What in the world could you have been doing last night that your hair is that messy and jumbled? It's almost impossible to brush it out. Considering we are already here, I would suggest you wash yourself. After days passing by, you give out a, well, you know yourself, not so rosy scent. Take a bath. Submerge yourself in the into the warm, fragrant water, and you're sent into a parallel world. The silence gently drapes over you. Only a rare splash of water interrupts the stillness. How calming. Can a person truly relax when you're being watched? Oh no, is he watching us? That's weird. He's a fucking pervert. Did you know that being isolated from the world is a mere illusion? There's always something present. Insects, pets, neighbors, something unknown, someone or something is always close by. This time you might even know who, but don't get all worked up about that. Nah, if he's peeping on me, I'm gonna grab that knife. I'm gonna grab the knife from the kitchen. The big towel, its purpose is to dry yourself. Okay. Large enough to hide someone. That's an oddly specific thing to say. Mirror, don't look. Why don't we want to look at ourselves? Are we that ugly? Okay. Can I see? Okay, nope. Alright, time to eat. It's munchin' time. After a productive day, at the verge of your last strength, you crawl into the bedroom, falling onto your bed. You feel a light on your face which jolts you awake. The moment you get adjusted to the dark, you see two big yellow spots resembling projectors. Oh, you're a little close, Deadpool. All right. This is an unexpected sight, made you yank yourself off the bed. Do we fuck this thing? Is that what's gonna happen in this? If we fuck this thing, I don't know, man. While you're laying down, disorientated and half asleep, the creature continues to ogle. You're awake. Let me help you. The creature picks you up very carefully. In a way, an antique vase is picked up by a collector. There's silence. You found me even when I hid well. I mean, you were literally under my bed. That's not hiding very well. Yeah, if we end up fucking this thing, guys, I'm out. All right. This is the monster tag. You might not realize why it would mention that, but it seems it appreciates your effort to find it during the daytime. I noticed you stuck a few notes on my back. I can tell it appreciates the gesture very much. See you've settled in. Yeah. Okay. Deafening quiet floats above. This tense, not so dense silence could be cut with a knife into tiny pieces. I can't take it anymore. I suggest showing off your apartment to this creature. Do a tour? You suggest a tour of your apartment. The creature's face distorts. Is it glad? Okay. He is so tall. How does he fit under the bed? What the fuck? Both of you stood in the bedroom, so you could start here. It got pretty humid and hot. A bit of fresh air would make both of you more oxygenated. That's so much better. It's a bit too dark for a tour. Use the flashlight. Now we can see any corner of the room. Okay. Together you look through your clothes. This is all of your clothes. Looks empty. Try to convince the creature that you can live a fulfilling and satisfying life without the need of a lot of clothes. I mean, you're one to talk, dude. You're fucking naked and you're sleeping under my bed. Good. I'll have more space. I didn't say you could sit in my closet. You're gonna sniff my fucking pants or something? The creature is lost in thought. It's a pity none of them fit me except the big one, sweater, or do people call it a jumper? I've never seen it jump though. You wore my clothes? You can have my sweater, don't touch the other clothes. A grimace you've seen before appears. Is that some kind of smile? Ugh, his face. Nah. I don't think dating our sleep paralysis demon's a good idea. Have you ever touched my phone? It doesn't register my touch. My phone is off limits, you hear? You strictly set your boundaries for the creature. It avoids eye contact. Okay. Yeah, we definitely need to set some boundaries with this thing. Ew. What the fuck is this thing? Is it? Okay. This is where you store all of your dishes like a typical human being, or you could be an original and store your hats in there, but who would do that? I lick your plates clean. Ugh. You what? What? The creature is in disarray. Looks like it regrets what it said. That's not from hostility. I'm just curious. Your water tastes funny. You lick my fucking plates clean and you're complaining about my water, all right? Okay. Can you feel warmth and coldness? You think it'd be a simple question, but the answer may be a surprise. Emotional, yes. Physical, no. Okay, so you can feel emotional distance, maybe, like if we're cold to him. The biggest kitchen appliance. While examining the creature, you're struck with a thought that maybe it could fit itself into the oven. Maybe you feel that it might be thinking about the same thing, yet both of you stayed in your places. This appliance slows down the time and stops the decay of substances. The creature squints while it glares at the fridge. What is it? With a tint of irritation, its voice replies, I don't understand what's so special about this unit that you peek often inside so often. That's so rude. That's not that often, all right? You trying to call me fat? It throws a scornful face in your direction. Are you judging me in my own fucking house? You're literally a loiterer. You're not even supposed to be in here. The TV is turned on. You can feel its call, begging you to spend some time with it. I'm happy when we can watch your favorite TV shows together. We can discuss. Ew. His, like, contortions are so creepy. The creature wasn't very talkative until you started to discuss the plot of the TV show. You discovered how the creature is very attentive to details and how has an opinion on every last detail. Cool. Here you keep CDs, VHS tapes, and TV shows and movies. For all the from all the genres, your favorite is sci-fi, fantasy, horror? Nah, if we pick horror, maybe we're gonna go down a bad route. Do you think people enjoy scary things because the fast heartbeat which makes the blood flow better, or is it because fear is an ancient instinct? Okay. Humankind is in a constant war with time. We cannot stop it, but we can choose how to use it. At the moment, it's nighttime. Why do clocks tick so loudly? To remember the time. Your statement doesn't seem to impress the creature. It looks like it expected something else from you. Okay. Bathroom? Or, here? A bit cramped in here, but it's also interesting. Have you finished your duties? You mean writing? You mean making art? Maybe writing? I'm mesmerized when you write so enthusiastically. When I try to hold a pen, it always flicks away. It's an interesting detail. I want you to try something if you're on board with me. Sure. Can you do this? You stand with your arms behind your back. At first, the creature doesn't understand your action, but a bit later, it grasps the possibility that maybe it's some kind of game, so it mimics your action. You stood on one leg. The moment it tries to copy you, it immediately fails and falls onto the floor. It slowly gets up. Did you know this would happen? It said in an upsetting tone. I was curious. If you were in its place, you'd probably get furious, but you don't sense any hostility coming from it. Alright. I don't like this thing. This thing's weird. This thing's creepy. Alright, we got Dead Space voices going on. Sure, if you, go in if you insist. Eee. A ceramic throne. You're gonna watch me shit? You're not alone, by the way. You don't even turn around? Creature pierces through you, then hears its neck creak. Well, it will do. Ew. Ew! It's watching me use the bathroom. This unique item that has a mass of unique usages. However, its original purpose was only made for toilet use, yet people's ingenuity knows no bounds. Well, I'm bored. I'll roll it out and roll it back up again. Empty, like my gotcha. You took out the trash already. Why do you need a trash bin in the water closet? Are you digging around in there? Bad speed. Very bad. Wait, what? The question took it by surprise. It looks like we discovered something we shouldn't have. What? Okay, well. Seems the tour has come to its end. It's very late. The sun might be rising soon. It might be nice to lay down and sleep for a tiny bit. Suddenly hear the sirens of an ambulance and police cars. With each minute passing, they approach closer. Someone must have gotten hurt. Your nightly friend curled itself into a fetus position and is lying on the floor. It wraps its neck and stomach area with its long limbs. The loud howling is coming from your bedroom. What happened? I cannot answer you at the moment. Sleep paralysis. Oh, sleep paralysis demon, right? It's a fucking pervert. When you're in the middle of closing the window, your flashlight slipped from your hand like on purpose. It rolled under your bed. Maybe you could wait for your long-armed friend to get it. You don't want to strain yourself, do you? Crawl under the bed. The moonlight's shine doesn't reach far. It's too dark. You continue rummaging and searching when you hear a crack. That wasn't your spine, was it? You feel an immense weight of your double bed on top of your back. It broke. Your lungs deflated like an air balloon that got pierced. You yell for help, but it doesn't work. You can't move nor utter a single word, let alone scream. Fortunately, you can still breathe. Breathe slowly. Further parts of your apartment, some kind of noise can be heard. Breathe slowly. Something's getting closer. You lay still. You can only see the floor and the bedroom wall. When suddenly a head pops up and checks on you, you can feel the heavy bed becoming lighter. With each second, you don't feel it at all. Oh, he saved us? Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. The creature stays silent for some reason before answering with a deep exhale. Can I assist you with fixing your bed? Yes, that'd be helpful. I tried to fix your bed together with some complications. The instruments jumped out of your grip like they were alive. The creature couldn't hold the light straight, which made the overall process more difficult. Why do we keep having whenever we try and pick something up, it keeps jumping out of our hands? Why is that a thing? The assistance of an inhumane efforts, the bed was finally put back together. I guess Sleep Paralysis Demon can stay? Yeah, he can stay. He helps us. He's useful. With a sigh of relief, I just don't like him licking my dishes and staring at us while we use the bathroom and probably shower. It's weird. With a sigh of relief, you lay down and fall asleep. The creature crawls under your bed like it always does, breathing steadily. You both fall asleep. You're not alone. Finally, you woke up. You may have expected a bright sunny day, but there's twilight behind the windows. You've slept through the whole day, but what's this? There's a note stuck to your blanket. It's scribbled text says, "Hello, I want to share my opinion on your communication, or on our communication. I know that you might not completely understand my emotions. That's why I stuck the color-coded notes all over the apartment. Don't worry, I'll remove them later. I'll be waiting for you tonight." That was the last sentence scribbled on the note. Finally, a good reason to get out of bed. This will be a great opportunity to stretch yourself before going back to sleep. Let's check out your results. Okay. I believe I understand the meaning of each color. Tell me. Red, I think the creature felt upset. Yellow, I think the creature felt indifferent. Green, I think the creature felt pleased. Blue, I think the creature felt very delighted. Okay, so anything but red. Mobile device, rarely for a book, not for electronics. This was red? Okay, indifferent. Why red for that? Okay, there's nothing in here. Where did he get the other colors? We only have yellow. Indifferent? Okay. So pretty much indifferent for everything. Green for this one. I see. This one we told him not to look at our phone though. I feel like that's a good boundary, I think. I want to say. Wait. Have you checked everything? Can I not click on it? So what do we do now? Can we work on stuff? Desk. I can't interact with these sticky notes, so I don't know. Maybe you have to go to bed now? Okay, we can't watch TV. I can't eat anything. I mean, it said go back to bed after we're done, so... Yes. Would you like to count sheep for the last time? Last time? What do you mean last time? 7. 14. 21. 21. 28. 35. 42. 49. 56. 63. 70. 77. 777. 77777. Big boy sheep. Okay. Oh, hello. You feel a light touch on your face. It's fleeting, yet it wakes you up. Something is towering over you, unmoving and helpless body. But you don't feel threatened. The eyes of the creature seem bigger than before. Okay. Get up. All that fluff. You can't. The situation gives you a strange sense of deja vu. You don't know what to do. Don't bother. Why not? Can't move, but you can listen. Now, I know that you're listening to me with honesty. I want to share with you something important to me. About me. With a breath of relief, the creature shares all of its secrets with you. Even though you didn't suspect my existence, sometimes you had a feeling of something always being nearby. For example, you notice a slight moment of a shadow in the corner of your eye or a strange sound in the middle of the night, but it could be mistaken as proof of something watching you. So you're acknowledging that you're stalking me. I've been doubtful and anxious if showing myself to you is a good idea, but now I'm glad that I've made up my mind. All of your experiences, feelings, and actions fulfill me. I keep them all inside me. They are like substances with different forms, textures, and sizes. For example, spiky ones cause pain, but they are as important as the round and soft ones, which give a feeling of warmth. You understand it? Kind of? I mean, he's just talking about like emotions, right? Like bad emotions are just as important as like good emotions. Maybe we're not, maybe we're more alike than I imagined. I could stare at you for eternity. Please don't. It makes me uncomfortable. I mean, if he's useful and he like does stuff, I feel like we could come to an understanding. Okay. Okay, time to sleep. What is it? Speak? Are you trying to tell me something? Creature gets closer and bends. Ew, what is your neck? What is in there? Like veins? Creature gets closer, bends over you, and opens its ear. Oh, that's your ear? I can't even tell. I'm listening closely. Give it a name. Sleep Paralysis Demon. No, I can't. What should we name him? What are you guys feeling? What sounds like a good name? I don't know. I'm open to ideas. I'm open to suggestions. I can't think of anything. Kind of reminds me of like Venom a little bit, maybe. Maybe we could go with Train's SPD. Sleep Paralysis Demon, since I can't do actual Sleep Paralysis Demon. Yeah. Oh god, that actually scared me. Mind if I join you? No. Sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. I'm very excited. You can't join me in bed. Ew, get away! Stop. Creature crawls onto the bed and shuffles close to you. Stretches its long arms around. No! Stop it. Stop, game. Feels like you've been wrapped in a big, fuzzy, warm scarf. You sense a familiar smell. It immerses you in peace and comfort. You see how Sleep Paralysis Demon fully and unconditionally accepts you. This is a revelation, allows you to be more forgiving towards yourself. You shouldn't obsess over your imperfections. For somebody, they are not flaws, but only small fraction of your identity. You can try to change aspects of your life, grow as a person, or even completely transform into someone else. And no matter how much you reshape yourself, your inner core will stay the same. What you should do is cherish and look after your inner core. This is what you finally feel at peace. You woke up alone. You check under the bed. Under there. It's under there. You repeat your daily routine. You return home in the evening. Right after dinner, you spend time with your newly acquired friend. You stay up late and spend as much time as you can with Sleep Paralysis Demon, but Sleep Paralysis Demon understands that you're a human and needs sleep compared to it. You try to encourage Sleep Paralysis Demon to engage with you in some kind of hobby, but it enjoys being a passive observer a bit more. Some days you do manage to convince it to join you in an activity, but it's not as good at a lot of things yet. It's amusing to look at it. It does try to learn though. Maybe one beautiful day will become able to use a remote control. For Sleep Paralysis Demon, the most important achievement of its life is not being forced to hide anymore. And now you have someone who will be anticipating your return and happily welcome you home. That's weird. Nah, I don't like that one. Okay, ending unlocked. Congratulations, your story's complete. I told you this would be fun, didn't I? But aren't you curious what would happen if you did something differently? Well, I have a gift for you. Use the load save system to travel through time, find a different outcome, and relive your favorite moments again and again. Isn't that exciting? I can also skim through parts you've already witnessed. Just enable me in the settings. You don't have to thank me. Anything for you, my dearest human. Well, could you do me a tiny favor? I have so much more to offer you. It could help me out so much more than you could ever imagine. Let me grow. Okay, settings. Skip. On. Okay. Load game. Night 7, the bedroom. What is this? You're being dragged through the nightly streets. This is how you may feel now, but from an outsider's perspective, you're willingly following someone, perhaps a friend. In reality, a stranger is holding on to you, leading you to who knows where in the middle of the night. Your body is moving on its own. It's not following any of your commands or pleads to turn around and run. You try to assess the situation, but your vision starts to change into an incomprehensible blur. Wait, what is this? Sharp noise jolts you out of a trance, yet you still can't take back control. The stranger ominously standing in front of you is still holding you in an unfamiliar place. The whole room is spinning, and you can't feel your body anymore. The stranger pulls you closer and closer. You can't see. Where is their face? What the fuck was that? Oh god, what is happening? What's happening? Okay, that was loud. I don't know what happened. The fuck was that? Welcome, dear human. Wait, that's the end of the game? To be continued? I didn't do the other stuff yet. Okay. Eldritch Horrors? Yeah, that was strange. I guess that they're maybe planning on doing a different game or expanding upon it in the Steam version. Okay, so let's load the save. Why can I not load this? Load. Okay, I guess not. Interesting. I guess settings and then. Okay, that was loud. Yeah, there'll be 10 different monsters to date in the Steam version. Whoa, that's crazy. All right, so what setting? Like, what do you think we should do this time, guys? We skimmed over all of this. Let's try ultra high-tech workstation. Nah, I really don't like that. Yeah, this is just right. Do we go back out here? No. Let's try some different options here. Let's try cold. Was it even date? Can we even say that we dated the sleep paralysis demon though? I feel like it wasn't even really a date. Okay, open it. Open the cardboard box. Touch it. Texture is smooth and rough. Okay, there's the sleep paralysis demon. Eat dinner. All right. Not really. Yeah, it wasn't really dating it, but play some of your favorite video games. Okay, skip. And then go back to our room. Okay, skim through all this. Whatever. All right, next. What are you? Come back. Is there anything else to do? Got lost in a new place as expected. Okay, so do I go over here and eat? Okay. Okay, so now we go back here. Bedroom window, office window. All right. Is there anything that different with the endings, or is it just like slight differences? I should have probably saved, right? Is there a way to save? Yeah, there is. Okay. All right, let's continue. Yeah, I don't really know how the save function works in this game. You need to press new save. Okay, let me see. New save. New save. Ah, okay, I see. Let's go. Let me see. Okay, I think that's good. All right. Okay, so what do we do now? Do we unpack stuff? I wish that there was more that we could do. Be productive. Turn around. I wish that there were like, I wish that it, because there's the only time that the options really count is how you're really going to make me do all this again is at the end there, like the last couple days. I guess I should have saved, but I wish that there was an autosave right there that way, because that's where the most interactions happen. 13, 21, 34. Like, I don't know why we can't skip this stuff right here. 67, 144. Okay. Roll over on your side. Okay. Try to tense up. Tense up. We're just gonna do everything that we didn't do before. Move your head. Stick out your arm. Look under your bed. Okay, then we saw the first interaction. And now... not hungry yet? Time to explore the apartment. Eat, as per usual. And then... what do we do? Do we go out? Yes, continue. Okay, day 4. Save again. New save. I guess we should probably just save once we have the other interactions, like once we are able to interact with him again. Okay, eat. Perfect. And then sleep. Three, 7, 7, 6, 1, 0, 9, 8, 7, 1, 5, 9, 7, 2, 5, 8, 2, 5, 8, 4. 4, 1, 8, 1. 6, 7, 6, 5. 1. 1. 1, 0, 9, 4, 6, 1. 7, 7, 1, 1. 2, 8, 6, 5. 7, 4. 6, 3. Oh my god. 4, 6, 1. 7, 7, 1, 1. 2, 8, 6, 5. 7, 4. 6, 3, 6. 8, 5, 2. Oh my god, this is so dumb! There we go. Fucking hell. I wish you could skip over this shit. Why can't we skip over this? What's the point of this? Okay. Stand up. Close your eyes. Call for help. What happens if I just don't interact with him at all? Will I get a different ending? Okay, right. Left. Okay. Hello? He's not as scary now, though, knowing that he just kind of hangs out with us. Oh, there we go. Okay, zoom in. Struggle. Struggle. You work your body twitch. It looks like the creature doesn't approve of your actions. It continues to struggle. Okay, let's try that route where we just do everything to try and avoid it. Okay. And to do this. And then we head out. Okay. Good. And then turn on the kettle. Play some video games. I'm on the floor. Maybe you should sweep it up or use the vacuum. Pick it up with your hands if you can. Where did it all go? Am I blind? The evening is nice, but we sat enough for today. Sleep is is vital for being. Okay. Scream. Why would you scream so loud? You startled me too. Creature is tense and waiting with anticipation. Okay, why are you here? Where did you come from? I'm always here. Mentioned the incident with the snack. I was wondering what you were eating. Do you want it back? Yes. Yeah. Okay, you can give it back to me. Refuse. It's flustered. It doesn't know what to do next. What are you? Okay, can I skip this part? Okay, yes. Sleep. There are 3 endings total. You missed some interactions during the tour. Some secrets to find it. There's an ending for not interacting with it. You can skip all nights by blinking a lot. Oh, okay, I see. So is this ending going to change anything, or is it going to be the same? Since we're here now. Because if the endings aren't going to change, I don't know if we'll continue. I don't know if we'll go through getting all of them. see. Hack. No, not yet. Do this first. You don't like to cook? Okay. Board games and decor. This is cute. And then... I still like this one the best, even compared to the other ones. And then... in here... Power of Clothes. Nice. Oh, this changes too. Okay. We're gonna wash ourselves. Shower instead. Okay, take a shower. The noises, the steady noise calms your body and nerves. It's like you're being reborn from the water rushing. Or rushing water. Okay. Go back to sleeping. We eat something? Hey, eat again? What happens if I just blink? Just ignore him? Refuse. I refuse your help. Can I blink and then go to sleep? No, I cannot. Damn it. Let the creature go back. No, thank you. Oh, well, too bad. About to open the window. Turn on the ceiling light. Okay, he doesn't like that. Have you ever touched my phone? My phone is off limits, you hear? The ending scenes last game minutes are different. The blinking works as soon as the tour starts. Oh. Let me see if I can blink now. Should I do you need help? What happened? Why are you on the floor? Ooh, what is this? What's in here? Nothing? Okay, never mind. And then go back, close this. Okay. Hold your breath. Silence. Breathe slowly. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for asking. No, I got it. I think it's a little different, right? I believe it's time. Tell me. Okay, yeah. Count cheap for the last time. 7. 14. We'll try to get this one ending, and if nothing happens, then I think we'll cut it here. I enjoyed the game, though. I just wish that there was more to it. Because, yeah, there's not really a whole lot. I wanted it to be a little longer. I thought that there was going to be more voice acting, because it seems like there's only voice acting for the narrator. I'm assuming that that's going to play more into the other games that are going to come out. Okay. Okay, nothing. You wake up from the early morning. Your night was uneventful, yet your sleep wasn't quite pleasant. You're about to return to your old schedule for the day. Okay. So he's gone this time. Eat breakfast like always. But it's better than doing nothing. Turning home. You're home. Time to eat again. So many were many choices. You ate dinner without being able to taste it. Wasn't substantial, but you're not hungry. You don't feel like going to sleep early. You tossed and turned until you've forgotten yourself in an anxious dream. You wake up and eat breakfast. A dead silence surrounds you. You leave your home and then you return. You eat dinner to go to sleep. You wake up, eat breakfast, go, return, and then go to sleep. The time flies by, simultaneously slowly stretching itself. The days are boring and go by in a restless bustle. It seems like everything is as it used to be, but sometimes a feeling of anguish, a sense of loss takes over you. Do you feel lonely? Shouldn't you? You shouldn't feel that way after all. I'm still here. I'm always yours, narrator. Okay, lost something. Okay, that's the next ending. So we did get another one. All right, since we got a few of the endings, I think we'll probably cut it here and we'll just kind of yap for the rest of the stream. We have a lot of time to yap. I enjoyed it. I wish there was more though. I know that there's like some slight variations, but I don't really think there's like that much difference, you know? And the nightstand, abstract dreams, no spider webs here. I feel like it's just like small little changes, but nothing drastic. I think that what would make it for the future updates of the game or through the future versions that they're going to release of this, I think it would be more interesting to actually see like different, like full on different scenarios and not just slightly altered scenarios. Does that make sense? I think that visual novels that incorporate things that are drastically different for the different scenarios make it more interesting. Whereas for this, it just seems like it's kind of, it's not as, like I wish that there was a little bit more, I guess. But I know that this is like kind of a demo. This is kind of just like a first introduction to it. This isn't, there's not like too much to this, but if there's only 3 endings, we got 2 of them. And the endings don't feel, other than like the main one for your first time playing it, I think that's like the most substantial ending that you can get, especially since like the mechanics of going through it again are kind of uninteresting unless you save. Whereas I think in other visual novels, it's a little bit like there's more incentive to play through the game again and get different endings and stuff because there are drastically different scenarios that could happen. I'm sure there's one that kind of leads into like kind of the scary. I mean, we got one of the endings where we died. I think that was also another ending too. But yeah, interesting premise. I did enjoy it. I like the art style. I think the animation is really solid for it. I think that there are elements of creepy in it. Maybe they could lean into that a little bit more. Maybe I would have appreciated that a little bit more. If like certain elements were a bit more creepy. Like it'd be cool if there was an entirely different route where it's actually just like a horror scenario, like an actual horror game, compared to it being just strictly a what is it, like a dating sim sort of thing, even though it doesn't really feel like a dating sim type of game. Like you don't really date the monster, you don't like, that's not really what you do in it, but there were definitely some moments that got me, that did get me, and where I was just like, oh, that's kind of freaky. Yeah, very short game. I honestly thought it would be a little bit longer. We've been playing a lot of games recently where I think that they would be a little bit longer, but then they just end up being super, super short. So, yeah, that's, I think that's going to do it. So let me actually close out of the game now. then we'll just kind of yap for the rest of the stream. I don't know what you guys want to do. Feel free to talk about whatever. There's no specific topic or anything. You can just kind of go back to yapping for a little bit longer. I don't want the stream to be too short. The gallery, though, is a cool function. I just wish that the replayability was a little bit more interesting, because there are parts where you can skip, but then there's also parts that you can. I wish that all of it could just be skipped in general. What do you guys think of the game? What are your guys' thoughts? I'm interested to see, though, what they cook up with for their next one. Are they going to... I would be interested to know if they're going to expand upon the actual Sleep Paralysis Demon one, like that route and like all that, or are they going to just go to a completely different one? I liked it. Yeah, I did like it too. I thought it had like a very cozy vibe to it. I guess what I wanted to a little bit more from it is that there's not really like much of a plot, I guess. Like there's not really... I guess it's kind of going for the no existence of you and me, where it's kind of like a meta commentary on like existing and like trying to find, like stay true to oneself and just like that sort of stuff, and like not being not like, what's the word, not putting like not being overly critical on yourself, that sort of stuff. Like I see where it's going with that message, but I feel like it would have been interesting if there was more of a plot to it, because I feel like there wasn't really that much of a plot, if you guys get what I mean. Does that make any sense? I feel like there wasn't really a whole lot, like there weren't any like interesting, like that many scenarios and stuff. It's kind of just you, like it's a very stripped down premise where it's just like it's just you interacting with this thing. And I think that if they were going to go that route, maybe it could have been pushed a little bit more, because I think that the way at least for what we saw for this little bit, there wasn't that much to it. I would have liked a little bit more. But yeah, it wasn't. I thought that the vibes of the game were very cozy. I just would have liked maybe a little bit more story, a little bit more going on. I feel like they're teasing it with the kind of like the narrator and like the Lovecraftian stuff going on at the end there. It seems like there will be more to it, but as of right now, it just felt like there wasn't really a whole lot to it. It did feel kind of more like a demo than a full-on release. So I'm interested to see what they expand upon with it. I think voice acting would have been kind of cool too. There wasn't too much of it. There was a little bit for the narrator, but not too much. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Slay the Princess, where it has like the narrator that's always talking. But I think Slay the Princess, like the narrator actually narrated everything, so it was a little bit different compared to this one. And yeah, just in general, it's a neat little game. It's a neat free game that's available if you guys want to check it out. Trying to think. I don't think there are any other like shorter games that we can play to kind of like do for the stream. I can check and see, but I don't think there are too many. Let's see. There's Tales After the Midnight. I don't know what this is. Midnight. This is like a shorter game. Looks kind of like a Fears to Fathom style game. I don't know if you guys are interested in playing that, or if you guys just want to yap. We could also just kind of hang out and yap. Let's see. Just taking a look in, because most likely the next game is going to be pretty short too. So even if we don't play any of them during this stream, most likely during the next one, we can probably play quite a few of these. So I'm just taking a look to see. This is definitely an option though that we could do for Tales After Midnight. This game looks kind of interesting. It looks like it'd be a pretty fun time. It's another one of those shorter ones, kind of similar to what we did a couple weeks ago with what is it called, with the what was it, those two games that we played. I think it was Cold Rails and the Dread Neighbor game. So it looks to be kind of similar to that. Be interested in checking one of those out as well. Let's see if there's anything else. I can't wait for the full version of Photomali, because we played the demo for that a little while ago too, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed that one too. The game was so much shorter than I thought it would be. I thought it would be a little longer, because a lot of the playthroughs that I was seeing on it were really long for this game. Let me see. So I thought that this one would have been a little bit longer compared to what it ended up being. I guess we should talk about some random stuff though. We should just kind of yap about some other stuff. What are you guys looking forward to? Are there any new games, movies, TV shows, manga, anything that you guys are looking forward to that are coming out? What are your guys's like top picks for stuff that's going to come out, that's upcoming? I think we kind of already talked about that in the beginning of the stream a little bit, but yeah. What are some things that you guys are looking forward to that are coming out here soon? I also put in a song in the Discord for you guys to check out. It's called Brain Rot, but it has like has that liminal spacey type of vibe with it. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. I'm looking at the different endings real quick for this game. Just to see like what they are. Not really. I'm currently reading a ghost story like romance, and it's pretty good. I saw that you recommended it, Train. I really like the art style for it. I might check it out. Let me see. I'm looking at the different things. Yeah, there really aren't that many different endings. I guess one of the endings is like we turn into the thingy, but yeah, there really aren't that many, unfortunately. Yeah, this game is very short. Not been looking at anime or manga, but supervisor lent me a book and I'm excited to read it. It's nonfiction though. Oh, interesting. Nonfiction. I would definitely recommend, if you're interested in it, Estella, definitely check out like audiobooks and stuff. I know that Amazon has a service with Audible, I think. And I think audiobooks are a nice way to kind of still listen to books and read books with like, especially if you're busy and stuff, and just kind of like put it on in the background and just kind of listen to it as you work on stuff. That's kind of, it's what I used to do. I haven't really been doing it too much now, but I can't read without audiobooks now. For me, I still read a lot of books without audiobooks. But it is kind of like, if there is like something that I've been wanting to read for a while and I just haven't had the time to do it, then it is nice having an audiobook and just kind of like having it play in the background and that sort of thing. I like to follow along. Yeah, following along is nice too. But for me, it's like, I don't know. There's some that I enjoy about just kind of like putting on music. There's a vibe that I enjoy about just turning on some music and just like reading a book, you know. That's something that I really enjoy. And sometimes I read a lot of books that don't always have audiobooks. I read quite a few Japanese novels that don't have audiobooks, or at least none that I can find. So what I usually end up doing is I just end up reading them just while listening to music and stuff. More educational and US nonprofit industry. I see. But yeah, for me, I read a lot of, I don't really tend to read nonfiction too much. It's usually just kind of, it usually tends to lean on like either science fiction or fiction romance. Usually when I read romance novels, though, it's usually Japanese light novels for romance, not necessarily it's not necessarily English romance. I've tried reading English romance novels before, and I don't know, they're not really my cup of tea personally, so usually I don't read those ones too much. But I do like more Western science fiction stuff. I think Western science fiction is really cool. There are a lot of really good ones. I've read Dune many times, but English romances are not my thing. Yeah, they're not my thing either. I've seen like covers for them and stuff. I'm like, wow, this is wild. I might have to get into audiobooks. I accidentally applied to a job an hour away, and I'm going to interview and have no intentions of purposely failing it. I see. Hope it goes well, Train. But yeah, audiobooks are great for like commutes and stuff too. If you just like want to, if you're like on a longer commute and you just want to like listen to something, audiobooks are definitely a good introduction for that. I was thinking about maybe some point in the future, once I get some more time on my hands, I was definitely thinking about just kind of reading some more audiobooks. English romance is kind of sus. TVH, yeah, it is super sus. But I was thinking of maybe just reading more, like trying to read more, just not just read, but also just listen to more audiobooks and stuff, and just kind of like give like maybe do a little bit of a book club sort of thing where we just kind of talk about certain books. I remember I started reading Homer's Odyssey, but unfortunately I got busy and I just never finished it. I got about like a little over halfway through it, and then I ended up stopping. I feel like I can kind of predict. I like the story of Homer's Odyssey is one of those stories where it's like super iconic and everyone knows how it goes. So I already know like the Cliff Notes version of everything. So that's why it's just like there's not really much pressure for me to finish it, because I kind of know where it goes. Like I already know where the story goes, so I'm not super book talk scares me. Wait, what's book talk? Oh, you mean just like a book club sort of thing where we just like talk about different books? If we were to do a book talk sort of thing where I just I just kind of talk with you guys about it, it would most likely just be me reading a book or listening to an audiobook for one of them, and just kind of writing like notes down and that's sort of stuff. I've heard book talk horror stories. What is book talk? I don't know what that is. That phrase specifically, but I was just thinking of like book talk is the book club side of TikTok. Oh, I don't know what that is, but I was just thinking like I would read. If you guys have seen PewDiePie's thing, I was thinking kind of something similar to that, because I remember PewDiePie back in the day used to do like where he would like read books and just kind of give like his overall thoughts and give like a review of the book, and that's kind of what I was thinking too, kind of similar to how I do like movie reviews and stuff. I just kind of like talk about the themes of the movies and things that I liked, things that I didn't like too much about it, and just kind of give like an overall review of the just give like a review of the book, and then after that just like give a rating of it and just whether or not I would recommend it to you guys. Book talk is books on TikTok, mainly down bad girls. Okay, so that's not the same thing of what I was thinking. I was thinking of just like book reviews. I love his book reviews. He's surprisingly very wise with his books. Yeah. And that's kind of what I was thinking. There are a lot of books that I would love to revisit at some point and just kind of go through and reread and just try and brush up on some of them. I was thinking about like, it's like super boring to read, but I was thinking about rereading Asimov's Law of Robotics and just kind of rereading that. I remember I read it a long time ago for like I think it was like a school project or something, very long time ago. I feel like most school projects, if you take like any sort of robotics engineering class or anything like that, they usually make you read that and analyze it and all that stuff. But so you understand why book talk scares me. Yeah. For that stuff that I don't know, and that's not what I was talking about. I was thinking of more just like book reviews and just kind of like giving my thoughts on certain books and stuff, just because I've been meaning to get back into it for a while now. And yeah, I have like a huge list and a huge backlog of books that I need to read, of ones that I've been meaning to read, ones that I want to revisit. all that sort of like all of the above. I wanted to reread Frankenstein, I just never got around to it. And yeah, I've reread Dune fairly recently because I remember that was one where the movie was coming out, so I kind of wanted to brush up on it again and just kind of go through it. Not super familiar with the other books. I've read a few of them, of the other books, but I don't remember them very well because it was so long ago that I read those. I know that Dune Messiah is getting like is getting a full-on adaptation, so you're right, it's time to reread Frankenstein. Yeah, I also wanted to. I read a lot of the Sherlock Holmes books back in the day, and same with Arthurian Legend books too. And those were ones that I kind of wanted to go back and reread. Arthurian Legend is always one of my favorite kind of. It's not really fairy tale, but it's kind of like legend story, like heroic adventure stories that I've really enjoyed. Especially since I like Fate a lot, so it kind of ties into that a lot too. So, they're just like a lot of stories that I've been meaning to read. I just haven't gotten around to it. They do that, but they just review books like, but it's just because they review books that like that because clicks. Yeah, I see. And yeah, that's kind of something I've been wanting to do for a little while. Well, whether or not I'll have the time to get around to it is another thing entirely. I think Audible, though, they have like a monthly subscription thing where I think if you pay like X amount per month, you get like 3 books, and then at the end of every month, like you get to keep those books even if you cancel your subscription, I believe. And at the end of every month, you get like another 3 books, and then even like I said, even if you cancel your subscription, you still get to keep those books that you already had with the subscription, which is really nice. And yeah, I was thinking about maybe doing that because having 3 per month, it would like maybe keep me on a track of like wanting to, on a subscription service, would maybe keep me on a track of wanting to read them more. So, also Book Talk is the reason behind Motorcycle Guys and CEOs. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But I'll take your guys' word for it. That's not a side of the internet that I know anything about. And yeah, just kind of maybe it would like keep me on track to want to do more for that sort of stuff. So yeah. Trying to think of what we're going to be doing for the games for this week. That's something that we really need to like figure out, because I'm thinking of like, I already have 2 of the games planned out, but I don't know what the final game of the week is going to be. It's an interesting topic. TBH videos talking about Book Talk are out there. I'm sure there are a lot of them. For me though, I don't really like keep up too much with it. I don't know. I have like my algorithm for YouTube is like very set on the stuff that I watch. I see a lot of horror stuff when it comes to like scary videos and that sort of thing. Wendigoon is always kind of a big Wendigoon and Wendigoon sort of adjacent videos. Video essay videos are another one, or other videos that are on my For You page a lot, cooking videos, that sort of stuff. Whenever it comes to like talking about like drama / content creator type stuff, I don't really see those too much, just because that's not really my For You page. Movie reviews are a big one. Like I said, video game critiques, movie critiques, all of the above. Those are all definitely in my orbit when it comes to I used to read those sort of books, I see. That's kind of what my algorithm always is. Horror games used to also be in my algorithm a lot, but nowadays I don't really have horror games aren't really on my algorithm as much, because I usually just end up playing them on stream with you guys instead of actually like watching someone else play them, because I don't want to so you weren't there during the peak of makeup influencer drama. I remember there was some for like, what was it? Is it James Charles? Like, hey sisters, that guy? I like saw some of that, but I don't watch, like, I don't follow drama, guys. Like, that's not the type of content that I'm interested in. Like, that's not the type of content that I watch. I don't know. For me, high key, like, not that I'm gonna like discredit anyone that oh yeah, that guy. Like, not to like discredit anyone or say that anyone's like in the wrong for watching. Like, you watch whatever the fuck you want, whatever you find entertaining is super subjective. But for me personally, like, it's just like slop content. It's just like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? I was in middle school. Okay, fair. For me, it's just like it's content that is just like drama content. For me, it's just like it literally does nothing for my brain, and I prefer to like watch content that's like somewhat educational to some extent, or at least like not to say that that type of content doesn't have value, but it's just like if I watch this content, it's gonna benefit me in any way, like type shit. Does that make sense? It's just like whenever I watch like video essays and stuff, I think that it like even if it's like something that I don't agree with on video essays, it like gives me a different take on like seeing how other people see things, and that sort of thing. And like seeing critiques of movies and stuff is always interesting because like that's something that I am personally interested in. Just on a day-to-day basis, I enjoy watching and critiquing films and movies and TV shows and stuff. So that's the type of stuff that I usually consume and like watch. And obviously you guys see not that like it's always been something that I've been interested in, so it does kind of reflect in what we talk about here on stream as well. So but yeah, and just like getting other people's perspectives on it, it's like it's interesting to then compare it to my own, if that makes sense. That's why I like watching Wendigoon videos for stuff, because seeing him, like a perfect example is when we watched that one game a while ago. When we watched that, or when we played that one game a while ago, and then like seeing Wendigoon's take on it and just kind of like thinking about it and giving my own personal take on it. It was just like it was like very different from how you and like how myself and obviously you guys were like the message that we got behind it was, and it was a very different message. So it's always interesting to see. And critical thinking, I guess, is a good way of putting it. I've been taking a digital wellness class, and it's honestly been really good for my attention span. Yeah, for me, most of it, if you guys want to know, like a majority of the videos that I watch, a lot of my videos, like if I had to like say like a time frame for them, a lot of video essays are super long. They're like hours long, like sometimes hour to 2 hours long, and sometimes I'll just put those on in the background and just kind of listen to them and while I'm working on stuff. And yeah, that's why when I say like sometimes I watch, I'm not really like watching anything, or I'm not really like doing anything like catching up on shows or anything for topics on stream. That's most likely because I'm just like catching up on like video essays from like creators that I like watching and that sort of thing. And that's not really like, I'm not going to talk about like, oh yeah guys, I watched this super interesting video essay, because that's weird. That's not really like, I don't really think that like makes for an interesting topic to talk about on stream. So that's why I usually say like I haven't really been watching anything, or just like, because usually whenever we talk about stuff on stream, it's usually like interest and stuff, and just like shows, movies, games, obviously, that stuff. No, please tell us. I mean, I could definitely tell you guys, but I just don't really think it would be that interesting for me to like talk about it. Like, oh, like I watched this video essay and they brought up a lot of really good points about X, Y, or Z thing. I don't really think that's very interesting, because at that point I would literally just tell you guys to go watch the video yourselves instead of me talking about it in that sort of way. I usually like the discussions that we have in chat to be a little bit more conducive or productive. I think that's a better way for it. I like it when we engage as a chat and just kind of like talk about stuff. I was in high school, and yeah, most of it was slop. I was into true crime. I even would say true crime offers a little bit more value to me than drama stuff. If you have any recs, please put them in the Discord. I mean, if I find a video essay that I find pretty interesting, then I'll definitely recommend it to you guys. Other videos that I like watching too are like lore videos and stuff. When we were playing a lot of different FNAF games, that was another thing that I like really like brushed up on, and I played a lot, like I watched a lot of lore videos kind of explaining it and like talking about it and that sort of stuff, and it kind of helped me to organize my thoughts on it for when we actually went to play it on stream. Same thing for Poppy Playtime. I did try to engage with the lore a little bit more compared to previous games, just so that I'm a little bit more educated when we actually talk about it on stream. And just kind of giving context for those who are in the chat that don't necessarily always know what's going on, just to kind of give more context for stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like the channel that we have here is kind of a hybrid of a bunch of different things. Obviously, we play horror games primarily, but we definitely do a lot of like yapping and talking and criticizing, obviously, and just a lot of different stuff. So we do a lot of I feel like we do a lot of different it's kind of a hybrid channel, I want to say, where there's not like one specific thing that we only do here on the channel. Because yeah, I would say that yes, the primary thing that we do here is play horror games, but I do think that we do have a lot of chats about like a lot of other random stuff. I'm talking about the true crime drama community. When I say that, oh, there's a true crime drama. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. But true crime's another thing I don't really follow too much. I don't really like. I don't think, maybe I'm just like not the target audience that for it, because whenever it comes to true crime stuff, I'm just not super interested. We had that little bit a while, like a few months ago, when I tried watching the Ed Gein and like Jeffrey Dahmer series, and it just didn't really interest me at all. It was just kind of like, I don't know. I'd rather watch like I've seen documentaries on it, and I'd much rather watch like an actual documentary, and like talking and like hearing the actual detectives and the people involved talk about that sort of stuff, instead of, you know, hearing some random podcaster talk about it, I guess. Does that make sense? What's up with girls and true crime? I don't know. I know guys that like true crime too, so I wouldn't say that that's necessarily a mutually exclusive thing, or it's just like only girls like true crime. Just for me, it's not really my cup of tea for type of content to consume. Not that I'm not opposed to true crime in general, but usually when I consume like stuff like that, it usually tends to be more documentary style stuff. I think that those are a little bit more tasteful. People go over true crime stories, and some of them stalked each other or accuse each other of crimes. I see. It's mostly girls though, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, for when it comes to like true crime stuff, I think my preferred way of consuming that sort of content is just, like I said, through documentaries. It's a little bit more tasteful. Usually it's actually involved, like it's not just podcasters talking about like reading off the files of like the files of what's been released, and there's like I would say that for documentaries and stuff, they actually interview like the investigators that worked on it. They investigate, like they talk about the family, or they interview the families and that sort of stuff. It's a little bit more to it. So when I was 12ish, I love Forensic Files, true crime TV shows. Yeah. Not to say that I don't like not true crime shows, but like Criminal Minds, CSI, shows like that. I'll say I don't like those shows. I used to like those shows a lot a long time ago. I don't really like them as much anymore, but back in the day, I used to really enjoy shows like that, mainly like Criminal Minds. But I feel like those are kind of more drama shows. Those are more drama heavy, because there is like a lot of development on the characters themselves, and just like the character motivations and stuff. And of course, like they're with the backdrop. Another one that I used to like was Bones. If you guys have ever seen that one, that was a long time ago. Bones was one that I really liked, because it was kind of more of a drama series with like true crime as the backdrop for it, but it wasn't like the main thing. Another one was like, I think Cold Case. That was another one that came out a long time ago that I watched a long time ago. Bones was amazing. Yeah, I really like Bones a lot. But those, like I said, those are more drama shows. I would say that those kind of lean more towards drama and less towards like true crime, I guess, because they definitely focus more on the actual main protagonists and the main characters of the show. And I would honestly kind of say it's kind of similar to X-Files, where it's like X-Files is more X-Files is like it does have creepy stuff, and it is kind of like Twilight Zone, where it's episodic in that sense. But I would say it definitely does have like character arcs that you follow and that sort of thing, and that's kind of what Bones was a little bit. I also like the relationship dynamic between the two main characters. I thought that was interesting too. But Yeah. True crime's not really my thing. Long-winded way of saying that it's not really my cup of tea. There have been a lot of games that I've been finding though that I'm interested in maybe potentially checking out on the channel with you guys, but some of them are pretty obscure. And the culty drama was good in X-Files. Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. But I wish that the algorithm would promote me checking out more niche stuff, because I would love to check out more niche stuff more often, because there are a lot of smaller games that I see people do video essays on that I've never even heard of before, and then I go and I check them out. I'm like, this looks like it would be so interesting to cover on stream. It's just that YouTube just isn't going to give a shit about it, and that's where sometimes the dynamic, or the wanting to do something that does decently, or what I think hopefully will do decently on the channel, versus me wanting to do it because I would be actually very fun to do, kind of clashes a little bit. So yeah, because there are quite a few games that I've seen that are super interesting, super intriguing, but I just don't know how well it would do. Maybe it would be like something to make like a video on or something, or like do it as something different and do like a video on it for a little bit, or like record it and then upload it and then like maybe try and make it an analysis video sort of thing. But nah, I don't know. That's something that I've like toyed around with before, because there are so many games that I see just from watching video essays on stuff that are just so niche and just no one's ever heard of. Try the good old fresh account and search for a few niches. You'll get recommended more. Yeah, there are already a lot that I have recommended, but that's where I say, like, I don't know if it would be something that we could ever cover here on the channel, because I don't know how well it would do. And I don't think, like, obviously I still try and play games that I think that not just you guys that tune in for every stream would be interested in. Definitely like the more casual viewers would be interested in as well. And yeah, but I know a lot of you guys have been busy. I've been pretty busy as well. So hope, I talked a little bit about it in the Discord, that I know that you guys can't always tune into stream and always talk and chat during it, and that's okay. I'm like, of course, having, especially when we're doing yaps and stuff like this, it's definitely a lot easier when I have you guys here to actually like bounce off of and talk about stuff with. But just having you guys here means the most. Or do what a streamer I watch is do: search up random word and use a number of views and scroll to the bottom. Yeah. And yeah, just having you guys here is always the most important thing, because just knowing that you guys are watching. I miss being engaged in streams. Yeah, that's why honestly we haven't really been doing too much yapping and stuff compared to usual. I still think we get a decent amount in, but I do notice that a lot of the regulars that usually tune in on the channel haven't been popping in as much, just because of, like I said, stuff, and people are a lot more busy, and it's not always easy to sit down and consume like a 4 or 5 hour stream, and a lot of that is yapping. I always try and add timestamps in just so that just to make it a little bit easier for people to, like, if they just want to watch the gameplay, like, it's there. But midterm season, yeah, hope it goes well, hope it's smooth, hope it's not too difficult. Study hard, and always feel free to tune in, turn on the streams in the background. I've been trying to play games that are kind of just more, I guess, chill. That's why I've been doing the 3 Scary Games stream a little bit more, just so that it's like kind of streams that you guys can just put on in the background, and you guys don't feel like too pressured to like have to engage with the chat too much. That way it's like you guys can just have it on in the background while you guys are just doing whatever, and just essentially, like, I just kind of lock in and just play the game and just focus on it and just kind of do my thing while you guys are either lurking or whatever. So That's what I've been doing a little bit more recently, just to try and make it that way, or just playing like longer games too. That's another thing that we've been doing recently with like Resident Evil 1, which we finished recently, and with Resident Evil Requiem, which we are. I don't know if we're gonna finish it this week. I don't know. Maybe we'll play something else, but there is a potential that we may finish it this week. But that's another one too, of just it being like kind of a shorter. There's another game that I wanted to play too for the next stream. I think next stream will be a 3 scary games stream, and there's one that I've been wanting to play and for a while, and I think that this may be a good way to play it. There's something in the ice. It's super short. It's like an hour and a half, hour and a half, give or take. So it is on the shorter side, but I think that the mainstream for the next one is just going to be Night Delivery, which is a Japanese horror game. And that's going to be like the, or is it Night Delivery? I don't think it's Night Delivery. I think it's called something else. Let me see. Because Night Delivery is the other game. Night Delivery is what's it called? Where did it? Is it Night Shift? Night Cleaner, that's what it is. All these games are so similar. All these like chillas, all these chillas knockoff, not knockoffs, all right, let's not say that, but all these chillas games, it's kind of similar to the Fears to Fathom style games. Night Delivery, again, Sweet Drift. It's Night, yeah, it's Night Cleaner. That's what it is. It's about an hour too, so I think we'll probably play like a few different games that are about an hour each, and maybe have a little bit of a longer stream for the next one. There's something in the ice as another one that I wanted to play, but not really many people give a shit about it, so I'm probably just gonna tie it into the Night Cleaner stream, just because I think more people are talking about Night Cleaner. So that's one that will most likely be like the thumbnail and everything. But then we'll probably play a couple other games in there too, and yeah, just kind of dragging the stream out a little bit in a different way. This stream is definitely a lot more chill and a lot more yappy. Mainly just because I thought that the game would be a lot longer. It's just that it's long only because the game like forces it to be long. For this one that we played today, it's like there's a lot of backtracking and a lot of like doing the same things over again in order to get the other endings and stuff, instead of it just being like actual content. Not that there's not actual content there, but it's not like there's a lot of good checkpoints where you can just go back and get them, because I'm pretty sure if you could just go back and at specific points and get specific things, then it would actually be a very short game, all things considered. And yeah, I'm interested to see though with this game what they do different with it, and whether or not they kind of change it up a bit, and whether or not they add anything to it, because I would like it to be a little bit more in depth. I would like a little bit more from it. I kind of want a little bit more from the plot. I think the plot was not lacking, but it was definitely, this game felt more vibes based instead of more plot driven, I want to say. And I don't know, when it comes to visual novels, I always like a really interesting plot, but that's why I say that this game kind of reminds me a little bit of Homicipher, because Homicipher was another game that was very vibes based. I feel like the plot for Homicipher is super loose. Like there's really not a lot of plot there, and it's just kind of like the atmosphere. But that game's a little different. I think that game is kind of freakier, I want to say. We never revisited that one. I remember we did like 2 streams for it a while back, but we just never picked it up again. But oh true, they are kind of similar. Yeah, it's kind of more vibes based in that sense, where it's just like there's not really like a specific plot to it that's driving the story forward. I'm always more plot driven when it comes to a lot of stuff, so that's always kind of that's just what I like to see. I know that a lot of people are different, where they kind of like more experiential game, like experiences in horror games and stuff. That's kind of what drives people to enjoy things more. But for me, I'm kind of, I do enjoy a good experience, but I do like a good story too. That's why for Resident Evil Requiem, I'm interested in the story, but for the gameplay, it's kind of I can take it or leave it. It's kind of your average. I've noticed that a lot of AAA games, what they love to do is they love to, what's the word? They love to drag out the time, if that makes sense. Where it's like a lot of AAA games, instead of just making it just like a really like straightforward premise, it's just like you can tell that behind the scenes, a lot like there's probably like an entire group of people, like a test group or whatever of people that are like, when they're designing the levels, they're like, okay, how long is this going to take for like the average player to do this, you know, so that we can try and get the game to be as long as possible. Because a lot of like gamer people, I would never consider myself like a quotation marks gamer like that, but a lot of gamers like games that are really long, like 20 hours plus. For me, I will always take a 5 to 6 hour experience that's just really solid, and doesn't overstay its welcome, and has a really like has a plot that's like to the point, or a gaming experience that's to the point. Every AAA game that we played here on the channel has always kind of felt for me like it drags on a little bit longer than it should, just because I think that's just, we play so many indie horror games that are super short, that are, like I said, like anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours. It's kind of like our average for horror games here on the channel. And that's kind of what I've been accustomed to. And that's kind of what I like, is that kind of snappy, fast paced horror that gives you just enough, but never overstays its welcome. Because I've always said that horror, it rides on a fine line between, if you push it too much, it just becomes frustrating and it's no longer scary. And that's where I've always said. And I think that Resident Evil Requiem, because we're going to get a little bit to talking about Resident Evil Requiem, since during the last stream, it was so long, I didn't really get to like delve too much into my thoughts on it before I actually had to leave. But for Resident Evil Requiem, I think that the story's really good. I really like the characters. I think that everything's solid so far. Resident Evil games, it's a little bit of a strange topic to talk about for Resident Evil games, because they're always kind of known for like jumping the shark midway through the game, and then it becomes like this super craziness. And like I said, I've already seen some spoilers for how the game's going to go later on, so I already kind of see it's going to kind of go in that direction. But even with like Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3, you can kind of see that, where it's like in the beginning it's very like creepy, atmospheric, and then as the games continue, they kind of get more, you're like in a lab now and you're doing all of this stuff and it kind of gets more elaborate and more bombastic as the games go on. And the thing too, like Resident Evil as a franchise, they're not as strangers to like breaking the wheel and like trying something new. Like they're more than willing to like try new themes. But I guess my problem with RE, if I had to like pick, or if I had to say something about it, of course it's like, it's still a really good game. The games are great, the games are fun, but I feel like they are willing to push the envelope for stuff, but they always go back to the same thing. Does that make sense? Where it's like even down to RE7, where everyone loves to praise RE7 as like this masterclass of like survival horror and like back to survival horror roots. The ending of the game is still kind of shit. The ending of the game is literally just what normal Resident Evil has always been, where it's like big evil monster, big evil blob monster that you end up killing. That's where I think that going back and playing Resident Evil 1, kind of give me a little bit of an appreciation for that game a little bit more, because it's like the slow, methodical, like they didn't jump the shark on it. I mean, there's literally a shark in it, but that's not what I mean. They like during the Resident Evil 1 game, like the final boss is literally just iron, and it's not that crazy. It's honestly like pretty low key, and it's not super insane. I mean, they still have like the big underground lab sequence, but yeah, I would say that like it's relatively like toned down compared to it. And then every single Resident Evil game past that has like, at least from the remakes, right? Because those are the ones that we've been playing on the channel. Is like each one kind of goes crazier and crazier and crazier. And then even RE7, even though I love RE7, and we'll eventually cover that on the channel too. RE7's another one where it's just like the ending of the game is just like you go to a lab. Like the beginning of the game is so great. The beginning of the game is amazing. And it's like, it's that atmospheric survival horror shit, right? And it's perfect. But then the ending of the game happens and you're in a lab, you're in an abandoned lab, but it's still a lab. And then you find out that there's weird experiments going on, Umbrella, all this other stuff. And it's always like the payoff and the mystery and just finding out the answers a lot of the time for Resident Evil games just always isn't super interesting. And it kind of feels more akin to just slop horror films, like B horror film type shit, type vibe. It feels B horror movie pilled. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course, there's always a charm to it. But that's why I think Resident Evil, it's a little different. And the games I would never say the games are horror for me, if that makes sense. Like I would honestly classify them in a genre all on their own, just because they are kind of action horror and less methodical. The thing is too, is I think that Resident Evil Requiem, they're so close. They're so close to doing that. They really, like, they did that in the beginning, in the first like 30-40 minutes of the game. It was super atmospheric, super creepy. There weren't like a ton of enemies or anything. It was just kind of basking in the dread and the atmosphere of what it is. I always thought of RE as action. Yeah, same. And even with the monster thing, like the monster alien isolation shit, right, that they had in the beginning, I think that could have been done a little bit better. I think that it's interesting and it's for sure a shakeup, and they've never really done anything like that before. I think with that, my main criticisms or my main issues with that part of the game just kind of comes down to the monster becomes a one-trick pony where it's just like, okay, just stay in the light, you know. And it kind of loses a lot of its weight and a lot of its interest and intrigue, because it, like I said, the monster does just kind of stick around for a while, and that kind of takes away from the horror a little bit. And kind of like Left 4 Dead, it's also action for me. Yeah, I can see that. Not super big fan of Left 4 Dead, so I can't really talk too much about that series. But and yeah, it's just like you get what I mean, where it's just they almost had it for me. I almost had that, like, oh my god, this is an actual horror game from Resident Evil. But then we kind of abandoned that pretty quickly, and my biggest problem with the game itself is just too many enemies. It kind of seems that they took a page out of Silent Hill 2 Remake's book of just like, here's one little tiny room. We're gonna throw like 5 enemies in you, and the item that you need, I think it was during one of the sections of the game that just was so frustrating, was there's like this little tiny room, there's like 5 different enemies in it. The one item you need to walk around all of those enemies, and then it's like 2 separate rooms that are connected to one another. And then the only way to get into the room that the item that you need is in is it's connected into that little office area, but you need to walk through the like little conference room area and on the door on the other side of the room to get into there, and then you have to walk around the other side of the office to get to this one item that you need. And there are 5 different enemies that are bombarding you, and then on top of that, the movement isn't the greatest, and you can't really like do, there's not really like that much that you can do. Like, you can push the enemies around, but that, and another thing too is a lot of people talk about like survival horror as just limited resources. And that's a thing that I hear a lot of, like I said, gamer people that I don't think that I don't really think that people that are gamer people, I may be stereotyping, but I don't think that those people play a lot of horror games. So when they say survival horror, they just think like, oh, it's just hard, right? Like, that's what makes it survival horror. But I don't really think that that's what makes survival horror for me. I guess survival horror is like knowing when you should run, and when like you can run away from a scenario and not always needing to attack an enemy. And that's kind of what it is. But for Resident Evil games, it's just like they kind of border on that line of just like, here's a fuck ton of enemies in a small area and figure it out, you know? And that's kind of what it comes across at times. And it doesn't really feel like survival horror to me. If anything, it just kind of feels like a pain in the ass, and it gets annoying because it's just like, okay, here's a shit ton of enemies in this little tiny room, or in like a very small concentrated area, and we give you 4 or 5 bullets, but then on top of that, like you can't really like have any way to really avoid the enemies very easily. So what's the solution there? Is that survival horror, or is that just kind of like, I've said it before, but it kind of feels like asshole developer, like asshole development, where it's just like it's mixing. I feel like it's mixing difficulty with dread, I guess, or mixing difficulty with horror, because it's just like, I don't know, once I've died like 4 or 5 times, or if there's like 5 zombies and they're in the way of where I need to go, and there's only one way that I can go, and there's like a shit ton of them there, it's just like, that's not very, like at that point, that's just kind of more frustrating than it is scary or intense, you know? I think an intense scenario is less enemies. A pretty intense scenario would be less enemies, and then you're trying to get around them, and then you try to dodge them, and then you end up getting grabbed, but you don't die from it. And that's kind of where the difference is. Yeah, some devs confuse difficulty with content. And the thing is too, for Resident Evil, we're playing on casual, like we're playing on an easy difficulty. So that's usually how we play our horror games here. And even then I still find it kind of frustrating, because I would think that on a more casual difficulty, it would still kind of give me that, like what I want from that experience, but they're still the same. I feel like in the casual difficulty, there's same amount of enemies, but I guess they kind of take less bullets to go down. But even then, I don't know, maybe. I was watching people who play it on normal difficulty, and it didn't really seem like took that many less bullets to take an enemy down. Maybe I think the biggest difference is that you just can take more hits versus like you're more tanky compared to how many enemies it actually takes to kill. And then on top of that, they brought back the Crimson Heads from Resident Evil 1, where because this is another thing where I say like resource management was just kind of annoying, is that there's so many enemies in the game, and then a lot of them pretty much any of them can turn into a Crimson Head. And it's just like, you don't give me enough resources to sort of deal with that in any meaningful way, you know? And then it seems like a lot of the time the game kind of wants you to like kind of clear out the area so that you can explore leisurely without, you know, having like 6 or 7 zombies in one little tiny corridor that you need to get past. But it's just like, but then you can't really take them out or do anything with them, because there's always the chance that they may turn into a super enhanced version of them. And even though I like that mechanic, I just wish that, like I said, I wish that the environments were maybe smaller, instead of like, because I think that the map isn't super big right now, but it feels small whenever you cram a bunch of enemies into it. And maybe I would have preferred similar to Resident Evil 1, where it's just like a smaller map with fewer enemies, because there really weren't that many enemies in Resident Evil 1. Like there would be more occasionally at certain points of the game when you come back and stuff. But I think that relative, like the amount of horror and dread that you get from that, it's just like there aren't that. I think the most enemies that there would be in a specific room was like maybe like, I think it was like 4 at any given time. And I think that that's like a pretty good amount. Near the end, I think that they kind of throw a little bit more around, but yeah, I think that like maybe I would have preferred that. I would maybe prefer like the zombies to take maybe a little bit more damage. Take a little bit more damage, and like just resource management at that point, I guess, kind of similar to RE1 in that aspect of it. But like I said, it's a little difficult, especially all of the horror gets thrown out the window as soon as you start playing as Leon, though, because all of a sudden you have like unlimited ammo, and every time you kill an enemy you get like 5 shotgun shells. So it just kind of takes away a little bit from the intenseness, I guess. But I have been enjoying RE Remake. I do think that it may be one of my favorite ones. I really like Grace a lot as a character. I don't know how people are. I've seen some people complain about her as a character, but I've enjoyed Grace so far. I think she's she's an interesting protagonist. She's a fresh breath of fresh air for the series. I don't like her gameplay though, sometimes, where she's like tripping over herself when I'm in the middle of a fucking chase scene. Like that's kind of annoying. But yeah, like that's where I say like it's so close. There are so many things that I really enjoy about it. That unfortunately, like whenever it comes down to like the alien isolation parts of the big creepy monster, it just becomes more of a chore than actually terrifying or scary. And just like like there are little things like that where it's just like there's so many things that I enjoy, but then there are a lot of things that I'm just like, this why couldn't this have been a little bit different? Nah, she's good because she's like a normal person having normal reactions. Oh yeah, except the tripping. Yeah, the tripping thing was like kind of annoying because the thing is, right, is that the tripping thing was only in that specific scenario. Because you know how there's that first scenario that we have with the big monster thing, right? That's the first encounter that we have with it. But then she doesn't trip over herself for the entire like once you actually start getting into the normal Resident Evil thing, Resident Evil part of things, she doesn't trip over herself whenever I'm running around. So what the fuck? Like, why? It's literally just there to be cinematic or to be intense, but that would be fine if that's what like a lot of the game was kind of built on, was more scripted chase sequences and more scripted scenarios like that. But that's not what it is. Another part that I'm thinking of just off the top of my head that I was like when we were playing was the part where you have to like play where you have to hold Emily or whatever and you have to walk around, but then there's a shit ton of zombies and you can't do anything. It's like, that's kind of annoying. That's just like that's not like intense or scary. That's just annoying. I would have rathered a chase sequence with where you're holding Emily instead of putting like 6 zombies there and all of them are right there and they all come out of the prison cells at the same time and jump you when you can't do anything. I know that there were probably ways that you could have avoided that. I think that you probably could have, I think that you could probably shoot them right there, like right before you open the thing, and that would probably take care of most of them. I didn't really think to do that, but like I said, it's just like, I feel like a lot of the times with the zombies, it's just like if they're not an immediate threat, there's not really much of a reason to take them out. So that's why when there's like fucking 5 or 6 of them in this little tiny corridor, it gets annoying to get past them, especially since you can't do anything in that scenario. And like, I don't know if there are other people who are like thinking that far ahead where they're just like, oh, before I do this, I'll just kill all the zombies real quick. But like I said, I think we're at that point, I think a scripted scenario, a scripted chase sequence may be a little bit more intense, where it's just like, okay, you have, you're holding Emily and you're getting out, but then like all the zombies open up after you grab her and they're all coming out and then you have to run. But then let's say they have like, they're chasing you or something and they're faster or whatever, just spitballing ideas there where it's just like, I think it would be a little bit more interesting. But yeah, when it comes to the story though, for Resident Evil Requiem, even though I don't think it's very scary, I think that I feel like they've cracked the formula for making like kind of a crowd-pleasing a crowd-pleasing game. And I think that even when Village kind of stumbled a little bit, I still think that it's enough to get most people on board for it. And I mean, I'm no different. I really enjoyed what I played through of the game so far. I think it's really enjoyable. I think it's really fun. There are like obviously little nitpicks that I have here and there for certain aspects of it. I think that the game is going to, I think I've seen some stuff on the game already, and I think it's going to start getting more linear and less like kind of branched out. There aren't going to be as many, I want to say there aren't going to be as many, there probably still going to be a lot of enemies, but I think it is going to be getting more scripted and more linear in what you're doing in the game. Similar to most other RE titles. Later on at the point we're at in the game, where the point that we were at was just like, I think that was the longest portion of it where there's just like the most to do. And I think a lot of my issues, at least I think my issues with the game on like a horror aspect, like they're kind of just baked into the premise of the game, and those will never be fixed. Those are just my own personal things, and that's subjective. But my own like criticisms of the game would just be like, could we tune down the enemies a little bit? And that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just like, could we similar to a Silent Hill 2 remake, it's just like, I like the game, but can we not have just an overabundance of enemies in it? Because at that point it just gets annoying. But I'm excited to go back and play it. Hopefully, we had a lot of issues for optimization stuff during the first stream. And I didn't know that there was a brand new fucking thing that I needed to download for my graphics card that was specifically released for Resident Evil Requiem, which is wild. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why we are doing that with graphics cards, with like, oh my God, an entire new game coming out. Here's an entire update for this one game on a graphics card. I think that that's so whack. I just like, why can't the developers just optimize the game in a way that works? Because it's just like, I did like some research to just try and see like what's going on with it and like why the frames are so stuttery during cutscenes and stuff. And apparently it made some person said it's like a Steam overlay. I turned that off too, just so that it doesn't potentially do that during the next stream. Another thing too was the there were just like a bunch, like obviously it was the graphics card update that I didn't do because I just didn't know that that was a thing. So yeah, like I don't know. It honestly feels like sometimes they're trying to just sell me another graphics card, because obviously with a lot of these AAA games, they're trying to like push it to the max, and they're really trying to like get you to buy a graphics card, a nicer or more expensive graphics card. But graphics cards are super expensive now because of AI. But like that's, but I don't know. I think that if I'm able to run Resident Evil 4 Remake like on pretty like really good settings and it looks great, I don't see why they can't do the same thing for Resident Evil Requiem. So greedy art companies, yeah, that's sometimes what it feels like, is like they're doing it more as like a tech demo and not for like actual optimization. And I know that Resident Evil 4 Remake is a game that came out a while ago, but it's just like I feel like we've already hit a peak now where we've already like hit super realistic graphics in games that it's just like, do we really need to keep pushing the envelope for it? Like, does it really do that much? I know why, because they want, like I said, they want to sell you an expensive graphics card and they want you to sell an upgrade, which I'm probably gonna have to upgrade at some point in the future. But yeah, it's just like, it's kind of annoying. That's why they're doing it. They're not doing it because it's just like the majority of people like are not going to really notice much of a difference on it, I want to say. So but yeah, I'm one of those people where it's like I'm not going to upgrade unless it's like either there's a decent deal or it's like I really need to, or like I need to upgrade for whatever reason. My philosophy is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think next time though, the next time we play another one of these kind of more graphically demanding games, I think I'll most likely just end up playing it on my PlayStation instead, just because it'll be a lot easier to manage it that way. It's a lot easier when I play it on my PlayStation and then cast it that way. It's not, I don't have like two different things, so that way the stream isn't potentially compromised because of it. Kind of similar with what we did with Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill F and Resident Evil 2 Remake and Resident Evil 3. I think that's kind of what we're going to do going forward. Resident Evil, exactly, save your money and the planet, yeah. And the only thing I have with PlayStation right now is I have no space on it. But I think that's most likely what we'll do. I even thought about refunding Resident Evil Requiem and getting it on PlayStation again, because I wouldn't be like, Steam may honor it, and then just buy it on PlayStation. But then I'd have to play the entire game again and get to the point to where we were in the stream, and that would be a big fucking headache. So I think I'm probably just gonna power through it for this one, and gonna see how it goes. But yeah, yeah, save my money so that I can get art, get art for you guys. That's kind of my mentality with it. So, but yeah. It's kind of what's going on. It's kind of my thought process of how things are going. Yay, more art. Yeah, that's what the money goes towards, is to the art. And yeah, hope you guys will tune in for the next one. Hope you guys will tune in for the next stream. I think the game will be pretty fun. I think I've seen quite a few things for night delivery, or not night delivery, night cleaner, whatever it's called. I've seen some stuff on the game and it looks like it'll be a pretty fun time. We haven't played. I hope it gives me the Chillas vibes. That, like, I hope it gives me the taste of Chillas that Umigari did not give me. So hopefully that's what it does for me. Next stream for sure. Yeah, this developer's done a few ones. They did Haunted Property, Urayama, and Akai Ona, which I think we've actually played all of those games before here on stream. It may have been a while, but yeah, we've played pretty much all of those. This one looks to be a little bit longer though compared to those other ones, so hopefully it's good. Hopefully we don't have any like optimization issues or anything like that for this game. Oh my god, your birthday is so close too. Yes, it's in I think it's next week, so we'll figure out what we're gonna do. We are doing a stream for that, like it is on a normal day that we stream, so we'll figure something out to do for it. Like I said, I may just buy Hello Kitty Island Adventure, and that's what we'll play for the stream. Or maybe I'll pick another one. And another game though that I think we are gonna play, Prince Toki's looking forward to it, is B-Day Stream Woo. I think it's just gonna be most likely us playing a random game for my birthday stream. I don't have anything planned or anything like that. I was thinking about maybe doing a Zatsu, but we do Zatsus all the time for like a lot of other things, so I don't really think it's necessary, especially since I won't have a birthday arts right when it happens. So the birthday art's getting kind of pushed back a little bit since we have other stuff kind of in the works right now. And but we are going to be playing, I think we'll probably finish Resident Evil Requiem here pretty soon. I don't think it's going to take us too long. I think it's going to be like 2 or 3 streams. That's why I'm thinking of maybe just playing it for this next stream and just maybe kind of powering through it and see how far I can get in it. And because I do want to play Fatal Frame. That's the next the remake of Fatal Frame 2. And yeah, that's the next game that I'm interested in doing and checking out with you guys here on stream. Kind of a more mainline. It is a more mainline horror game, of course. I really like having a balance of just kind of doing indie horror stuff and then also having like kind of a mainline horror game that we play here on the channel, kind of running at the same time, and I think that's pretty fun. Granted, Resident Evil is not super scary. I think Fatal Frame will definitely hit that mark a little bit more. I know we also need to play Outlast at some point in the future too, because that's another one that that a lot of people are interested in. A lot of you guys, if any of you guys are watching this VODed, quite a few of people in chat have recommended it previously. So that is another one too that we need to do at some point. I'm actually writing it down in my notes, that way I don't forget, because I always have like a bunch of notes and then I end up tossing notes, and then I forget about which games that I had, or which games that I wanted to play on stream with you guys. So I'm excited for Fatal Frame though. It's been a long time since I've played anything in that, and like any game in that series. It's definitely more J-horror though. It's not as action heavy as Resident Evil is, because Resident Evil's always been very action oriented, action horror, more like, compared to kind of the more creepy atmospheric horror that I think Fatal Frame is kind of pioneered. Because a lot of Chilla's games and stuff, like a lot of the Chilla's games that have, at least the games that they used to do, were kind of inspired by games like Fatal Frame and that sort of thing. And I think that I miss those. I miss those types of games. We should maybe do a Chilla's revisit at some point in the future too, because I miss those older games from them, and I wish that I liked this one. You know, I wish that I liked this one more than I did. I wish I liked Umigari more than I did. Unfortunately, a lot of the games that I was looking forward to, I think Resident Evil Requiem is living up to my expectations of like what I wanted from it. But like I do think that one is living up to what I was expecting, but unfortunately Poppy Playtime is kind of a miss for me. It was better than 4, but it's still kind of a miss. And then Umigari was kind of a miss too, because I just didn't really care for that game too much. So yeah, who knows? I mean, Fatal Frame, I'm not like super invested in it. Like I'm not like, oh my god, I gotta play this the same day it comes out. It's a lot cheaper though than a lot of the other AAA games, so that kind of makes it a lot easier to play already. But who knows, maybe like me not having like super high expectations, or like I'm not super, and like I'm not anticipating it a lot as much as I was some of those other games. Maybe like we'll actually like get around to playing and I'll be like, damn, this is actually pretty good. But yeah, we will for sure play it though, probably shortly after it comes out, if not around the time it comes out. It just depends on when we finish RE remake, is when we'll actually get around to playing it. And yeah, just it's kind of what's in the cards right now. Unfortunately, a lot of the games that we were looking forward to, we've already played. So there's not really like too much else that's coming out right now that I'm like actively looking for. Like looking forward to, I guess. I guess there are a few games here and there, but there aren't really like that many really big ones, you know, that we're really looking forward to. That was kind of Poppy Playtime and Umigati, because I don't think Chiliz is going to do another game this year, unfortunately. Man, I just think back on that game. I'm like, what the fuck? What were they doing with that game? They made that game, like they spent the last year making that game, and it, like I don't know. Like, not to say that I don't think it was like not worth the wait, but it kind of didn't feel like it was worth the wait. Like they worked on that game for a year, and it felt like it still felt like it was kind of undercooked type shit. I don't know. It was like a little ambitious for them, like maybe a little bit over ambitious for them. Yeah, I just felt like it needed a lot of work. There were a lot of things wrong with it. For real, it's like they were experimenting. I'm down for them experimenting, but just maybe on a smaller scale, and maybe like kind of sprinkle some of their normal stuff in throughout, like kind of stuff that they're more known for. We are going to have the 12-hour stream. I was thinking, guys, I don't know if you guys are interested in it, but I wanted to bounce the idea off of you guys in chat. I was thinking about playing through the other Poppy Playtime games again, but playing them in Japanese, because I did actually go through and because I saw that there was Japanese voice options for Poppy Playtime. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And so what I did was I like played through a couple of the sections of Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, and I played it in Japanese, and I actually really like the Japanese dub for it. And I know that they went back and added Japanese dub for all the previous chapters too. So I would be interested in playing, like doing like a Japanese stream of just only playing it in Japanese. Obviously, I won't be only speaking in Japanese, but I was thinking about kind of going through and just playing all of the games, maybe for the 12-hour stream, and just playing all of the Poppy Playtime games. And because that would kind of tie into what I wanted to do previously too. Welcome in, Soul. But that would kind of tie in with what I wanted to do too, of just kind of playing through all the games as like one collective whole, like playing chapters 1 through 5, and kind of see if my opinion isn't like changes or anything on it. Kind of see if anything like changes, if I think that like it works better, or if it's worse, and just kind of see how it goes. And I was toying around with that idea a little bit, so and I think it would be fun to just not play the game again in the same language that we've already done here on the channel, and just kind of mix it up a little bit and kind of play it in Japanese and see how that goes. So yeah. And that's pretty much it. And I don't really have anything else to talk about. I think we are going to get ready to wrap up stream. It's a little bit shorter than usual just because the game was so short. Soul, you're coming in a little late. Like always, I'll have timestamps for the anyone else in chat that's coming in late too, if you guys are just watching. I will have timestamps for the game if you guys just want to see it. It was a pretty fun game. It was very interesting. I like the presentation of it. I would like to see what goes on with it, like if they do more stuff with it for this game in the future, because it seems like they are going to be doing more or adding more to this game. So it was a nice little demo. Little short though. Wish it was a little longer. But yeah, tune in for the next stream, guys. I think the next stream will be a lot more content heavy, I guess. Like we're going to be playing a few more games that are a lot longer, so definitely just a bit early, like 20-ish minutes. Yeah, a little bit shorter. Thank you for stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as always. But yeah, the next stream will most likely be longer, slightly longer games, a little bit more substantial, and a little bit more to chew on. This game was pretty short. I think it was like maybe about a little over an hour, give or take, so not super long, but Very interesting. I love the art style for it though, and I like the animation and the soundtrack and everything for it was pretty cool too. So interested to see what they do. Maybe we'll cover it again in the future whenever there's more to cover. But yeah. I think without further ado, hope you all have a great rest of your day or night wherever you guys are. Class is dismissed. I'll see you guys all here on Thursday for night cleaner. And yeah, definitely use the Discord. I'll be in there too. So definitely message if you guys want to share some stuff. And until then, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Ta-da!